T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Second base! Does that feel good? Yeah.
Woo! Or whatever you do.
What's up, you Monday shake and bakers? I feel like my whole week schedule is disaster because it's not Tuesday, and I get to hang out with you guys and lady.
You know, I think it's kind of cool because like Mondays suck. It doesn't really matter who you are. You're getting back in the groove. So Monday shake and bake actually checks out.
I got killed today. Like Mondays for us are really bad, but when you come off a testing session, it's bad. Like I feel like I got like machine gun today.
I'm glad I get the rest of the week a break from Courtney.
Oh man, it's rough when you're around. Did you do your hair?
I did get my hair done, but it does look a lot blonder, and I gotta get that fixed. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, stay in front of that sunlight over there.
It's bad.
Like when you throw your hair, it's like.
No, it's not as blonde as it looks, but I did get my girl called them the money pieces right here, a little shaping. I think that she was telling me I looked a little homely. I don't know.
As David Wright said, it's nice of you to move locations.
I did move locations for now.
You gotta put more O's in there. Ooh, move.
I have so where are you at? You're not in Texas.
I'm not. I'm at Spencer Hyde's house. Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
I'm north of the border. Me and Jackson came up for about 5-6 weeks.
Damn, that in there? How did you get that to work?
Dan Parker said looks good. I love that guy. I love that guy. In case those of you on here that don't know, Dan's 100% blind, so he can't see. But I love
Thank
that.
you, Dan. I do look good.
Love that.
But yeah, I'm in Canada for the next 5-6 weeks while I have some northern races, and Jack came with me, and this is it.
You just like decide to take a 5-week vacation, 6 week all the time.
I don't get to take a vacation.
I want to put my application into Flow.
No, I
would
work
be a
all day.
great top end reporter. Me and Lyle can go up there and we can like be like, "Hey man, your car is a piece of shit. Can you tell us why? Why did you have that 290 light? Like what happened in there?"
2 points to be made here. 1, I am the talent, so I do what I want. 2, I work from home.
Who in the audience wants to see me and Lyle doing the top end interviews?
Me. I've tried.
No, you don't. You don't want to see that because you get your ass fired.
We would take your job. They would can your ass. They'd have you in the production booth or something right there. You would never get to go back to the top end. Because me and Lyle, we would be like, we noticed that you got a steering wheel in there, but you didn't use it. Can you tell us why?
Do you remember 40 some odd episodes ago when you guys said, "Oh my gosh, Courtney, thank you so much for saving when Lyle was bouncing around with lot lizards." I never dreamt that 40 episodes later, it'd be you two always against me.
It's not. I am on your team.
I love it. I love it. You know why?
I am here for you. But if you don't think me and Lyle wouldn't smoke your ass in top interview land, you are crazy.
It's okay. The fans like me better.
You think that smack I gave you with that tortilla at Bradenton was bad? Pfft, give me that microphone. Be cleaning toilets for Hyde Construction in a week.
If anybody from Flow is out there, send me a contract. Me and Lyle are going to look at it. I'm going to send that into my attorney, Don O'Neill, and then we're going to get that. We're coming in for a one race testeroo on the top end.
Your attorney's Don O'Neill. Well, Don O'Neill also gets a check from Flow Racing, so he may not help you out there. We're a tag team.
All I'm saying is it only lasts one episode of one race, but it would be great. Welcome to episode 41 of the Shake and Bake Show, folks.
Can we get started?
The whole intro. It's great to see you guys. It's been 2 weeks since we've seen you guys. I feel like last show was a bombshell deal. We released some merch, debuted the Shadows going to Indy. Since then, much has happened. We got to talk about PDRA. We got to talk about Lyle's testing. We got to talk about my testing. We got to talk about Courtney running around. And hey, how do you fly? Is the dog there too?
Yeah. No, they drove up there
from Texas.
Yes.
We drove my car and my dog up. We did it in 21 hours straight through.
Something going on here.
Are you driving back by yourself?
No.
You don't know when you're going back, do you?
You're there.
No.
Is your house listed on Zillow?
No, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that.
While you got her house, because you send a rake, I want you to Google and see if it's on Zillow.
It ain't on Zillow, but I have to be back home for that first week of October because of Stampede of Speed and all that shit. And then I go to Vegas and all of it.
I'm going to put it for sale on Facebook Marketplace.
I'm going to stab you in your sleep.
Oh, on Craigslist, Courtney's number. 100,000.
Oh, yeah. Maybe for the furniture.
Hold on, I'm typing in the private chat. I got to tell y'all, dumbass, something.
Don't worry about the viewers. We'll just pause the show and private chat.
Yeah.
No wonder we get return viewers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not doing a good job. I'm normally trying to host this deal, but all right. So let's get into the highs and lows segment. It's been 2 weeks. This is a new deal. Let's start with you, Cabernet Courtney. You want to start with your highs or lows since the last show? It's only been 2 weeks. If you guys missed the last episode, instead of my dumbass asking everybody what they've been up to, we're going to talk about our best and worst moments since the last show. Which one you want to go with?
Let's start low.
Start wild.
Low.
Okay.
So my low is one of the things that brings Lyle and I together outside of the Shake and Bake show. Anytime we have flight delays, talk about it. And Stevie, yours was the same last week. I went to my highs and lows connect. This is me at the airport after being delayed 4 hours and still not having a plane or
yes. If anybody here want to guess what airline it is? Does anybody have a guess of what airline was delayed 4 hours?
It was horrible. And they kept just delaying it 15 minutes after 15 minutes. I was supposed to land at 11:45, I think. We took off at midnight. It was horrible.
I asked the last time I was delayed American for like a day. I said, listen, you can just tell me if you're not ever going to take off. I'll run a truck and drive. But this whole just pausing at 15 minutes. I said, what's wrong with the airplane? And then it's a maintenance issue. I said, everything can't be broke on every flight y'all have in America.
Do you know what ours was? This woman in first class couldn't figure out how to buckle her seatbelt. Struggled with it. Told the lady, and I was sitting in the bulkhead so I could see all this happening. Told the flight attendant that her seatbelt was broken. So they called maintenance, figured out she was doing it backwards. But then the maintenance system broke on their iPad and they couldn't clear the plane, even though the plane was fine and we couldn't leave. So yay. Then they let us off the plane and told us it was going to be an hour. And then they started boarding 10 minutes later. So that was super fun. Happened again on the way home, 3 hours back on the way home. But I did learn through all of this that new law passed a few months ago, that if it's delayed more than, I forget the name of the law, but something about Consumer Rights Act or something, but you get compensation, like monetary. They have to give you money, not credit, if it's delayed more than 3 hours. Your arrival is
they'll be broke. That shit'll be for sale on Craigslist in 2 weeks if they're gonna pay everybody every time it's delayed 4 hours on American Airlines.
It was horrible. So I sent the email and we'll see.
Yeah, we need to be updated on that next week.
Right.
Yeah. I got we got your email and we will be getting back to you soon note. So we'll see.
They didn't respond to my emails, but mine weren't that nice.
I was going to say mine were decent. Like, hi, I fly with you every week.
Hey, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
While you were telling me that, I just got my notification from Delta that it's time to check in for my flight tomorrow.
There you go. Well, you got to let us know how Delta goes.
Oh, I'm not saying it's going to be any better. The last 2 Delta flights, one blew up, one got delayed too. So
I think it's just the whole freaking system. Like, I don't even think it's an airline at this point. I think it's everything. It's everything. But so that was my low, but it goes into my high. I spent a week at the lake. I skipped another race, which was awesome. And I wanted to be on here for you. Lyle. That I thought were really cute, and everyone in person was like, oh my God, you look so cute. And then I get on the internet and I'm like, wow, thank you.
So I'm gonna tell you a true story while we're going. I'm gonna just roll through these highs for you while I tell you a true story about how much I love you. I had Katie build me a meme of a cow parachuting onto the screen with your face on its body. But when I looked at it, I thought women could take that either way. Now, it was a robust cow with big udders. But I thought Courtney may stab me with a prison knife if I put that up there. So we're gonna roll through some more of your highs. Look
So
at
this
that.
was just the lake. I just thought it was pretty. I got to do normal people shit and a nice little Dom Perignon toast there. So I got to do non-race car shit. Oh, I was so excited. I finally got to wear this hat while I was drinking an espresso martini. That may have been my high. So narcissism.
Is this part of your highs here?
Oh, yeah. And then I found this dog on my run.
That feed it something. What's wrong with it?
This big. I found him on my run. She followed me. So I picked her up. We ended up finding her owner. And oh, look how cute.
Hey, if you would just show this picture, people would think you're a nice person.
I know, but I did. We found the owner. The owner was like, "Yeah, my Chihuahua had babies. We can't do it." So one of my neighbors has a special needs grandchild who'd been looking for a small dog as a companion. So it was rehomed to my neighbor and her granddaughter. So it was like a happy ending of me finding a stray dog on the street.
All right, I said this a couple of shows ago. I'm ready for dumpster fire, Courtney, because you're helping dogs, old ladies, and children. You're traveling to different countries. You're taking weeks off and months off at a time. You're finding dogs and connecting them to other people. You putting your life together is not good for the rest of the world.
Agreed.
I mean,
We need more bad pants and terrible dresses.
So what you're saying is like make Courtney's life a shit show again?
no. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but it
That's
did.
what I'm saying.
Shit show or not, like I'm a dog person and I can't leave. I'm like, turn around, Courtney, just run. I look, he's there. Fuck, I have to take this dog home. I was leaving that afternoon to go to Muskoka and I texted Spencer a picture of the dog and the only response I got back was no.
We have
you
my
listen.
daughter has been begging me for another dog for a while now, and I've run out of excuses. And
That'll
she is coming up. She's starting to do spreadsheets and PowerPoints for why we need another dog. And what do you think about my KTR Ninja Star flash drive?
Wow.
Don't you? Matt made that. All right, Lyle, you're starting with highs or lows. So Courtney went to Canada, found a dog, and got to go to the beach while I was slaving.
Let's get the lows out of the way.
All right.
So yeah.
What's happening here, Lyle?
Well, we put 20 runs on a race car in 3 days, and on the last run, it ran decent until it didn't. So it really was. I chopped out of her just in time. You know, those ninja-like reflexes. But we got a hole or two.
You think that thing needs a sprinkle of fuel in that hole?
I mean, maybe just a touch. Actually, we think we may have an
Just
injector. Maybe may have an injector problem.
In that one.
But anyway, we've replaced all injectors, the spark box, send the spark to the spark box, the fuel delivery box, the fuel sprayer box, the fuel sprayers. We replaced it all and testing tomorrow afternoon. So
Where are you testing tomorrow?
they're taking it to steel.
Oh, I got you. It's gonna be like racing on the sun.
That's fine. Look,
Yeah.
Indy's coming, and you can either sit at home and suck.
Hey,
See, he said Indy's coming. Jack's like,
the big go.
You can either
all right.
show
So
up to Indy and
what?
suck pecker or go test. So we're going to
You can
test.
be the windshield or the bug.
Yep.
Pitch or catch. You can decide what's gonna happen in Indy. You got to figure out which side of the ball you want to be on.
Them's facts.
Them's facts right there. Eve, all right. So like we burned up a couple holes, which is not uncommon in what we do.
No.
Let's talk about some highs.
Yes. So Jose Gonzalez sent both his NHRA legal car and his pro import. If you haven't saw my social media for the past couple days, his pro import is a 2JZ 110 millimeter precision turbo, an unknown amount of nitrous, a 7-speed Liberty with a lockup.
Can you go through that like you did on the pre-show?
Wait. Except I wasn't doing this. I was just listening to it as it had the wheels up in the air and doing all this crazy shit. But Ken Cartuccio drove it the first couple runs. He had to leave. They weren't done testing. Lyle, do you mind making a couple? No, I don't mind.
You're like, you know what? I feel like I am free.
So before we play this video, I made a run in my car. I hop on a scooter. They take the starting line. I get in it for the first time, strap in it. Tim goes over the buttons and what to do and whatnot. I roll up there and do a burnout. As I'm pulling to the stage beam, I get on the radio. I'm like, hey, how far am I taking this thing? And he was like, to the finish line. He said, to the finish line. And I said, which one? He said, the last one on this racetrack. Last thing I said was, say no more. Stuffed her own in there.
Hey.
Good.
Funny story. after the video. I was trying to find the parental advisory before the video, but I can't find it. So we're just going to roll with it. If you have any kids listening, there's a couple of F-bombs on this one.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Thank you.
Not bad. How'd that feel?
That might be the coolest thing I've ever done.
So cool.
Dude, it was so awesome.
So like that thing sounds like, I mean, I imagine it takes a bunch of throttle to do the burnout in big tires, right? Because it don't have any boost there.
The hardest thing I've ever had to do a burnout in. Like that was the first burnout I did, and I made it look like I knew what I was doing. And the next one was like you have a very small window. You can get that. It's like a banjo string. Like you get that thing past good, and it is out of control. Like,
right, it's there.
I was all crossed up, and Tim came on the radio. It was like, "Hey man, you scared me a little bit there," and I was like, "Fuck, I scared myself."
It's because it has nothing, and then all of it, right?
Everything, yeah. And like we're still figuring out what gear you can do. Like that one, you have to start in low because it has no balls down low. And I clicked it first, second, third. The next one, I went to fourth. But you just figuring out what it wants. Like literally they were 0 for 27, I think, trying to get that thing down the racetrack. Ken made a couple, and then I made that was literally the first, but I made 2 more after that, and then it ended up breaking something in either the converter or the quick drive or something, welded the clutches together in the lockup. Who knows? But we ended up having to put it in the box. But god dang, man, that thing was freaking cool.
You're an import guy now. You're basically Puerto Rican.
Fuck it. I don't care. If I told Jose, I said, from now on, if there is a race in the States that you cannot make it to, I am your guy. And I will drive it every time.
My engine guy, Bob Reinhardt, just sent me a text and says, please don't try to emulate Lyle with the burnt piston. That's pretty badass. So, like, do you get to drive it again? You don't know?
I asked Jose, and I think if there's some testing that needs to be done. Obviously, Jose is all about driving whatever he can get. He's just like us. Like if he can get in it, he can do it. But with all he's got going on back home and having to fly over here, a little harder for him to do that than it is for just me and you to jump to a track to go test somewhere. So I hope so. And he did mention me getting to drive. He's got one of those Corollas, 95-inch wheelbase, 2JZ, same deal. And he said, if you think that's cool, you've got to drive it. So fingers crossed. Fucking awesome.
We're gonna start out with my low, but I gotta give you guys the story beforehand. As you can imagine, I normally do things that almost kill me. So we had a little honky rocket incident.
I knew it was honky rocket related.
So we're getting ready to go test in Valdosta, and all the trucks and trailers were full. And Katie is going to fly with me. Now, Katie had never been in a plane like this, so I spent a large amount of time. And Don's flown with me, and most of my guys have flown with me. Lyle's flown with me. A lot of folks have flown with me. But I have convinced her that the rocket is safe. I am capable, and like nothing really can go bad wrong. Okay, this thing goes out there and smokes on the takeoff roll. I'm gonna play the video. I have an in-plane video. I know all you aviation nerds are gonna like tell me everything I did wrong on this. I thought I did a good job. This is bad. Watch the left side as soon as we rotate. That had to do a quick little mercy landing there. Don't know what was wrong. I just know it quit smoking and flew fine all the way to the ground. That was my low. So the rocket either burned a piston, which it don't have pistons, or fuel igniter. I'm not sure. But that in flying is the worst time for that to happen.
Yeah.
All's well.
I'd say that's a low,
That's a low.
but you were high.
I did good. I felt like I did good. The only thing I worry about is I may chop a little bit of power too much, didn't get enough left rudder when I did that. But the whole time I'm telling Katie, this is fine. Like, it's no problem. It's just an emergency 180. It's just an emergency 180 and experimental on a 5,000-foot runway. It's no problem. We're just going to did good. And then we got in the truck and drove to the test session.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Aaron.
so did you explain to Katie later that that was not good?
Yeah, after we're safely on the ground, I was like, you know what? That was a little worse than what I let on, but everything's fine now. I have a saying in flying, if you can walk away from the landing, it's a good one. And it may have actually been nothing. I don't know. Like, it didn't lose power. N1 didn't change. RPM didn't change. Fuel flow didn't change. Like, believe me, I watched, and I've data logged. It's got data logger just like our race cars do. I don't see anything. I'm wondering, I even thought like maybe like a squirrel clawed up in the exhaust and barbecued him or something. But there's no blood all over the plane. It didn't eat anything. So I don't know. I'll report back in as soon as we get diagnosis. I haven't worked on it yet. I got to take the motor apart or something. Figure out what.
My favorite was you could see Katie's face in her reflection. She was just like,
she's like, I'm going to film the crash. Is what she's thinking. The problem is taking off runway 28 where we took off, there is no good where to crash. There's a ravine and a field, and that's it.
There's a good way to crash anywhere.
Yeah, there's plenty of places. If you take off a 1-0, you can hang a left and land on the road, or take a right and land on the interstate. Plenty of good places to crash. No good place to crash going the other way.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that was a lot of trees is all I could see.
You just got to pick which one you want to hit, because you're going to land. Now let's talk about my hose. Not my hose. My highs.
Yikes.
We're gonna get some smoky highs going on right here. This unit that Lyle's going to have to contend with in 2 weeks. Ooh, ooh. Testing went okay with the Shadow 3.
Did you double step the throttle on that first one?
I did. That was actually the last test run. I did double step it. The sun was in my eyes, and I swear I saw the tree.
But you didn't.
I didn't. There was no tree. So that's bad when you're on a solo run, test running, and you double step the throttle.
That's how you give me about 600 on the starting line right there.
I know, but the way your car's running, you're going to need it.
Okay.
I really hope. I don't even care what round. I hope y'all have to run each other at some point on Monday.
I don't want to run this Joker in eliminations. I
No,
like
I hope
to
you'll
run you in
make
qualifying or something.
I know we're big dream. How sick would that be if it was like a shake and bake final? Come on.
It would be pretty cool to have.
Where are you standing, Courtney?
Yeah.
Well, with how you've acted lately, nowhere.
Me, you gonna pick
No,
me?
I'm gonna make him let me flip the switch.
Oh no, we'd be up there. Starting to be like,
I'll open the door and be like, yeah, now's good. Okay.
and I'll go.
oh my gosh. So that's highs and lows. We have some exciting news. Let me make sure the cannons are ready. Cannons. Hold on before I do this, because I don't want to like break the whole space-time continuum.
Yeah, Courtney and Indy, we're 100% going to the top end with a rake, filming us a little.
Oh, I have so much good rakeage. I gotta find.
I've leaned into it. I'm okay with that.
So y'all are gonna do like some of this. Okay, so last show we came out with the first ever Shake and Bake shirt drop.
Yeah.
We sold out in almost 10 minutes. There was some sizes available for a little bit. I got a lot of hate mail about that. We said we weren't re-releasing that shirt, and we're not. But I want announce right now live on KillingTimeRacing.net or StevieFast.com our second drop of Shake and Bake merch.
Bam!
Shake and rake. Shake and bake and rake, baby. Oh, Courtney loves it so much.
Man.
I feel like on this shirt, I should get more percentage than y'all do because it's really the rake that makes it.
So I didn't ask for Courtney's approval on this. I'm sure I'm going to get killed, but me and Lyle approve of this. The eagle has got some rakes in his claws. Hey, this is a badass shirt.
It is a badass shirt. That's
It's one of my
Oh,
favorite
man, that's
designs. And they're available right now while supplies last on KillingTimeRacing.net and StevieFast.com.
No, and we don't say this just to sell them. Like we've told y'all a million times, we don't make money off this show. We put it back into it to want to do cool stuff like this. But Stevie Fast Jackson is ordering these shirts, and he only orders like 160 of them. Me and Lyle decided that's not what we do, but it's working. So you better not sleep on this.
Yeah, don't like if there's a design that we release, whether it be mine, one of these guys, or a Shake and Bake design, and you like it, you better get it.
You better get it.
Well, otherwise I end up with $100,000 worth of old stuff.
Well, I get
it. And it's when we moved the new shop, I told Don and Katie we're gonna order enough to sell in an hour, and that's it. So if you guys like that, I think it's a badass shirt. I wanted to wear it, but they wouldn't let me because everybody would know about it. But
when y'all wear these shirts, like when you get them, 90% of the reason we do anything on this show is because it's fun and we like to create a community. So like tag us on Instagram and stuff, and like run around the racetrack with them on and let us see you with them. Like that's where we will get off on this stuff. I love watching. I saw a bunch of comments of people saying they're wearing their shirts tonight. So post it up.
Yeah, thank you. And I have got a lot of that on my social media. When we see you in Indy and you got on some Shake and Bake shirts, we're going to come talk to you. Like if I can possibly, like we got a fan that got an individual picture with all of us at the last, I don't know what race this was, but he got all of you. He got me. When you come by, you wearing our stuff, I see it. Like I'll be on the scooter, and if I see you wearing my shirt, I'm gonna turn around and talk to you.
And when y'all scream Shake and Bake as like me and Erica are driving down the return road,
Love
I love
it.
because Erica looks at me and it's like, they don't even care about me anymore. I'm like, no, they don't.
Old news, Old news.
Shake and Bake and rake, bitch.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all give you guys a order. Oh man, yeah, they're Katie says like you better get it right now. Like it's
already going.
I've saw
we sold $400 in a minute, and she said that they're selling tags. So better rock and roll.
I saw this question a couple times from the same person. I think it said, "Would you rather run Pro Mods quarter mile or eighth mile?" I don't care if I'm in Pro Mod racing. I can run them either way. If I had my choice, I would take 1 quarter mile just because I like the speed and whatnot. But an Outlaw eighth mile car is just as badass and much harder to drive than a quarter mile car.
It's just a different feel, right? Like. Yep. I feel like eighth mile racing is like driving a car through a hockey goal. Mm-hmm. Like you can be much more abusive with it. They're hard to drive, but you can't drive a quarter mile car like that. It's more of a white glove deal. Yep. And like I ran the Shadow 1,000 foot a couple of times, and like I was like, ooh, it's nimble down there, right?
Yeah.
You got to be more careful with it.
Yeah, the quarter mile stuff, we just don't have a whole lot of room for error. Well, you don't have room for error in any of them, but like the groove in which you have to run one under power is much narrower than we have at most of our 8th mile races. You can drive one pretty far. Like I've driven 8th mile cars way farther than I would ever drive a quarter mile car, ever.
For sure. I tell every driver, just like I told Lyle, just like I told everybody, if you got wheel in it at 8th mile, you're going to pile it up.
Yep, it's over. Faux show.
I'm back.
We'll put up 00 shit shows comment, and then we're going to get a guest on. That's funny.
There's still Jehovah's Witness in Texas. Isn't that sketchy walking up to somebody's door with a fully armed house?
Yeah, Jackson. Does Jackson want to be seen tonight? Is like he's having some emotional time?
Well, there's a lot of noise. They're working on the car down in the shop. They have race night on Monday night, so like, he can hear that. But also, this sun coming in is no joke, and it's putting shit on the walls. And my dog is slightly autistic, so like when
You haven't been smoking any Canadian peyote or anything, have you?
Dude, you can walk into the friggin' store and walk out with an unstapled bag. Like, you know, in Vegas where they staple it all up and you can't. No, he basically is like, here, put this in your mouth. Let me light it for you.
Lyle, things are becoming more clear.
Agreed.
I mean, we were talking before the show. Things are starting to make more sense.
While we were briefly
have like
on
a
the
wine
topic,
allowance or anything you get there too?
I ain't hit it yet.
they ain't no allowance. There's just an abundance.
There isn't. Oh, Jackson wants to be seen. Hi, buddy. Say hi, Shake and Bakers.
Hey, buddy. While we are on the topic of armed citizens, when this show is over, go to my Facebook page and read the article from Moore County is the county I live in North Carolina. Read the article, the release from the sheriff's department. They recently concluded an investigation. Just go read it. It is very eye-opening, and it has to do with foreign illegals coming into this country and wreaking havoc. Just go read it.
We never take
Unbelievable. You will not believe it. Don't leave now, but when this is over, go to my Facebook
don't go now.
page.
And I
and
did
read the
look at it
article.
earlier. I only had a minute, and it was too long, and I said I got to do this later. We will.
Bit sketchy. Anyway.
I have so
After the guest, I'll take the camera
I
down
got
there
so much I need to talk about, and we have a massive amount of PDRA coverage to talk about. But we were talking about, we've been trying to bring on different types of guests onto the show that run in different classes besides just pro mod. As you can tell, me and Lyle, we're pro mod guys. Courtney's pro stockish most of the time, but we want to bring on a variety of guests, especially folks with personality, and especially folks that bring a lot to our sport. So we want to bring on a PDRA top sportsman standout. I hope he's ready because I'm about to fire you on. If you're not ready, you're
Get ready, Glenn.
I want to bring welcome Glenn Butcher.
There he is.
Butcher. Cheers, buddy.
Hey, what are you drinking, man?
Some recycled oil.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll probably come out of Lyle's motor after the test session.
Yeah,
Dude, what is
Winner for best backdrop ever.
Dude, what is
Dude, that's badass. Are you in your shop? Tell us where you're at.
Yeah, I'm in my race shop in the lounge area of the race shop.
Don, if you don't get my showroom done to where it looks cool like that, I'm being on strike.
Oh, yeah, that's the best background we've had on Shake and Bake so far.
Yeah, that's badass. So tell the fans, where are you from? Where are you at in the country?
I'm in Ohio, Doylestown, Ohio.
I'm from Ohio.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't know Glenn Butcher, before we get into the nitty gritty of this, if you've never had a conversation with Glenn Butcher or heard him having a conversation with someone else, I've said this to the guys before. I think you've got one of the top 5 greatest personalities in drag racing. And this guy is so smart and so entertaining. And that's why we brought him on the Shake and Bake show. So don't be holding back tonight, Glenn.
All right. I'll do my best. Well, thank you so much for you guys bringing me on. It's pretty brave, but thank you.
You're our kind of guest already. I'm already digging this.
I'm a little nervous about Courtney because she always throws she's like the meanest interviewer in the world.
No, she's not. You just
and then boom.
Right.
I like to make grown men cry.
Just wait till PDRA top end zone's got me and Lyle up there. Lyle, you can wear the skirt. Or
it don't matter. I'm bringing the cooler of beer and a funnel.
And we're going to be down there for you guys when you turn off. And it's going to be Shake and Bake after dark.
Yeah, they think they're going to take my job, Glenn. Ain't happening.
We are. Hey, if Chloe's going to have a contract, don't in my email in the morning.
No. So, again, before we get into all this, last week I feel like Lyle, maybe I'm stepping out of bounds here. Lyle brought in somebody that Stevie and I wanted to learn more about and introduce to our Shake and Bake audience. And you were my choice for this weekend because I love all the PDRA stuff, obviously, and we hadn't been touching on that while we had a week off of NHRA stuff. It's perfect time to shine light on the PDRA. So, Glenn, you have raced everywhere. You've raced. I did a bunch of research, even though I know you. I like to do some research online to see what the smart people say about you. PDRA, ADRL, IHRA, NHRA, all the things. You're kind of steady in the PDRA right now. Not a scripted answer, but why is that kind of where you're landed as we dive into what's going on in the PDRA?
I just love the way Elite Top Sportsman is. You know what I mean? I just love the fact that you can have a pro mod and bracket race it. So I think that's mostly why I'm over there. And you left out XDRL. I raced XDRL too.
You've done it all.
So, but I mean, it's just so fun going, 370s, looking over, judging the finish line, carrying two. You know what I mean? That's just.
I've said that. That's the craziest thing as we watch you guys. Like, everybody likes to watch fast cars do all the things, but people who don't know drag racing and don't know about this class, like, you guys are going as fast as the rest of them, and you're bracket racing. That's insane.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Trying to pick your dial is probably the hardest thing because you're like, okay, I want to make sure I get there. Am I carrying too much? Am I not carrying enough? You know what I mean? And then you're over there, you know what I mean? As soon as you let go, you're looking. That's it.
All this carrying talk. Like so a couple years ago, I thought I was going to go to Bradenton for that New Year's race and go bracket race and figure, I can do this, and I got my ass handed to me. I didn't win around. I was awful. And Dave Connolly and some other ones were down there and I was talking to them. They're like, oh yeah, such and such holds 4, does this. And I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
You ain't smart enough for that shit.
I ain't. And I was like, you know what? I am out of my league. And this is the last time you'll see me down here doing this.
But you race with your family too. You've got your wife, you got your son, they're running that. And there's something I think special about the PDRA and a family as tight-knit as yours. I always say your wife, she's like a rock star out there. I've called her Britney Spears to her face and behind her back because she has that little microphone and she's out there looking cute as ever, backing you up, checking your shoots, doing all the shit. And like, she might be the star of the show.
Yeah, well, definitely is the star. She is incredible. She's hiding around in the background.
I know. I saw her for a second. So how does that work? Like, when you guys first got together, like, did you have to teach her all this stuff? Was it something you had to convince her, or did she take it like a fly to light?
She's from the city. Didn't even know what a drag race car was. So we kind of just like, hey, do this. And I'm like, just watch this person over here. Whatever they do, you do that. And then now everybody's watching her. So,
everybody does watch her. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about it on the live feed. Some I was watching because I watch Top Sportsman a lot, and they were talking about it on the live feed. It's good.
Dude, she does not play. My sister and I in Norwalk were just sitting there watching her, and Erica's like, "How do I get half that energy?" Right.
Well, when we go racing, it's just so comfortable having her there because I don't even know what tire pressure we have. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's gas in the tank. You know what I mean? I'm working on a little bit of the tune-up and doing some other stuff. I don't pay attention to those things. And having somebody that does and somebody you trust, it's most incredible. I mean, especially when they're on the mic. I mean, you guys know. I mean, backing up with somebody you trust on the mic is so comforting.
And your son, too. Give us a little, before we dive in, I want to talk about some pro mod and power adder stuff with these boys with you. But your son is a quite budding racer in his career as well.
Yeah, Maximus is like incredible. He's all about it.
What a name!
He goes racing every day. Every week. Anyway.
Maximus, how cool!
Favorite Disney character is Maximus.
Maximus Butcher. I mean, put the two together. I mean,
you can't fail at anything.
He'll be a killer.
That's pretty awesome. You guys are pretty cool to watch. But okay, so now we've got that all out of the way. You're a family man. You like to go out there and have fun. Now we're going to talk about some pro mod stuff, and then if you guys have some questions. But I wanted to tease.
Hold on, I want to before you talk about pro mod stuff, I got a Top Sportsman question.
Okay, well, we were going to go back there too, but
so like in fast door car bracket racing, because I felt like Top Sportsman is definitely where pro mod came from, right?
Yep.
but it's fast door car racing that you got to do the same thing all the time. How important is it when you talk about having a familiar voice on the mic? I know it's a big deal to me driving my car. How important is it to have somebody you trust behind you and somebody you know what they mean by their tone?
Without a doubt. I mean, it's so comforting when you roll up there. I mean, especially when you're, you got to be pointed straight because you're not even, like what I said, when you let go of the button, you're looking at the other guy, you're looking at the tree, you want to know what's going on. And, it's so comforting because you have to have your mental thoughts. You have to be prepared. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to judge the finish line, to know if you left first, what was his light. You know what I mean? It's different. So taking out any kind of doubt is very important.
I know it's always was a big deal, like the way, Billy would say left, and that means I'm not turning left fast enough.
Right. So our deal is tree wall. So we get the tree wall. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's on me.
I was just going to say, how is it if you do make a mistake? She climb up your ass or she just let you be?
She's so passionate about the sport.
She is.
I mean, it's like, it's like you have to push the car back because she's not coming to get you if you lose, When
you talk about running or judging the stripe in something going, one, you're having to look over there and like, we've all driven. Well, Courtney, she don't know shit, but
I used to drive race cars. You imbecile.
We've all driven.
I saw a Disney movie. It was incredible.
Yeah. Thanks, Glenn.
Yeah,
that was in 1978.
Okay,
that's very true. But when you're, we talk about driving one of these things, and you drive them where you're looking, right? Like you find yourself, just like Steve, you find yourself looking at the jumbotron, watching yourself. You end up driving into it. So driving something this fast and those it's pretty important. You keep them in the groove, right? You can't drive them like you do a 6 or 7 second bracket car and whatnot. So when you talk about watching the other driver driving down the racetrack, judging the stripe and whatnot, like you really, in like a typical bracket car, you can go down there and whomp it a few times. Well, you're not doing that with an 800 or 900 inch nitrous motor. You can't just pedal it.
Maybe we are.
They do rip it down there. They do rip it.
God, how do you keep the hood scoops on them?
They don't.
That's why it's cool. It's one of those underrated classes in the PDRA, man. It is so exciting.
And your win the other weekend, did you have to give it a bunch of whomps down there to play the stripe right, or did you guess your dialing?
I did, and then I got behind in the final, which I was kind of lucky to get through it. But you get behind, and you're like, well, I can't chase him through. Can't be a double breakout and me lose. So you give it a couple rips, grab the brake. Softly grab the brake, but
I would be a terrible top sportsman racer.
I would blow the front tires out and bounce it off the wall like when I thought I was hitting the brakes. Like I wouldn't. I don't know that I'd be good at it. I have a lot of respect for you guys.
How do you I feel like when you guys, any of y'all, when you're driving, period, you have 10,000 minutes of thoughts in, regardless of what you're racing, 3 to 6 seconds. How do you even take it to that next level of even comprehending the speed of what's going on in your head while the speed of what you're controlling? That's freaking crazy.
I'm going to speak because I think it's impossible to explain. You know what I mean? The time frame, how is 3.7 seconds in the 8th mile, how you can judge mile an hour or judge a finish line but the whole process takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then flip it over to NHRA. When I'm running top sports in NHRA, it's like 3 days in a week. You're down through there and you're like, okay, well, there he is. You know what I mean? You're like trucking.
You're like, well, I hit the tree. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah. It's way too long. Way too long. My wife even hates it now that now we run a lot of 8th miles. She's like, it takes you forever to go down there. Why do you go so slow?
It does. Those wind lights take forever to come on when you're quarter mile racing. But Stevie, go ahead.
610 breakout in NHRA, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You mentioned his success in the PDRA the other weekend. You got that? Did you load up that picture? You want to throw that up there?
Where's that? I don't think I got it.
All right. Well, we did it. So I read something about you today that I didn't know, and I should know because I'm top end girl. You hadn't won a PDRA race since 2019, and now you're 2 on the year?
Yeah. Well, I was in between motor combinations, so I was struggling to qualify. So when we went to NHRA or bigger motors, finally made the strive to. We got a bill at the Albert 959. So we're like, well, we know where we're headed.
And you're still running carburetors on that deal, right?
No, we're fuel injected.
You did go fuel injected. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're running carburetors, that would be the definite way to launch the hood scoop off.
Yep. Bingo.
You just said struggling to qualify. Give the viewers who may not follow PDRA a little insight on really how tough that is. You can win one race one weekend and be out of the show the next week. And the competition of what you guys are doing.
Oh, you know what I mean? Our bumps are getting faster and faster. I mean, 380 bumps is for a sportsman class is
Dude, that's crazy.
Just crazy. You know what I mean? Holding two. We've had a lot of help. I mean, I got Dan Ferguson has been helping me out a lot on the keyboard, and he's really helped us. We just got good help and good parts right now. We're just really, really headed in the right direction. So
I'd say you're first in points.
Do you think it carries advantage? Because I noticed you run your stuff hard. You were qualified number 1 at the last race. Does it have an advantage to qualify number 1?
I think there's 2 reasons why there's an advantage. I think points. You get more points for qualifying. But then second of all, I like chasing. So there's always giving that other person a chance to break out or do whatever. I mean, I shouldn't have won in the final, but I did because I was the faster car. And, people, it's hard to judge. It's hard to judge somebody rolling up on you.
And like how much did he spot you?
He was dialed 18 and I was dialed 77, 377.
Oh, shit.
I wish there was a way that,
like watching somebody take off for that long, I just couldn't do it. I mean, you're already scared. Like, man, that's long.
You
only got 660 feet.
Excuse me for my ignorance on this, but is there blinders on those? Do you leave off of his top bulb or yours?
I leave off. They both come out at the same time. So both bulbs come on at the same time. So I leave off my clean tree top bulb, and then there's a stagger for the second bulb.
Okay.
I'm going to transition a little, but we can come back because we're going to talk about PDRA. But I want to talk about this car. So, again, if you guys don't follow this or don't know any of the rules, I never get to speak when we get into rules and technicalities of the cars on here. But this is what I'm excited to talk about because you were doing something that I think was pretty incredible. Whenever you had announced that you were going to go make your NHRA Pro Mod debut in your car, you have a new car on order, says the internet. Yep. But you were doing this and transitioning into your car. And I read a quote where you'd said, sometimes I just take it a little further and see what it would do. And you felt like you were bringing, I think you said, a plastic butter knife to a gunfight or something like that. But give us a little insight to how you can physically transition that car as you're racing it and try and test it for something completely different.
Yeah, that's a little tricky. That's why we're I will take it to 1,000 feet. Look at the tune-up, but the gear ratios are a little different too. So everything changes for Pro Mod. But as far as the basic car, the basic setup, the engine, I mean, I think we have the right combination. I think we could be successful. You know what I mean? So it's just we need some testing in the quarter mile because there's a couple things we have to change. Gear ratio in the back, and I have to add weight. Those 2 things I need testing for. If they would let me run my current car without changing the ratio, if it would survive to the other end, I'm ready to go tomorrow. So
you're always ready to go tomorrow.
What transmission you running that thing?
I'm running a Turbo 400 with a lockout.
And when you go NHRA, will you leave that in there? Are you going to put
I'm going to leave it in there till it proves itself it's not competitive.
I am looking forward to that because we need nitrous cars. We love nitrous cars. We need people to run nitrous cars to their limit, and I'm pulling for you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited.
You so as we dip into that, you were planning on doing this. Reality shit happens, life sucks sometimes, but you were prepared to do this for Chicago. It was a big news break. Like I feel like a lot of people really cared about what was going down. Had an incident in Tustin. Give us a little bit of that journey.
Yeah, Lyle was there. He got to see it.
Unfortunately.
So we were working on all of our combinations, getting everything ready. We were making our third run. We struggled on the first 2 runs because of a spark plug. You know what I mean? We thought we were running on 8, we're running on 7. So we're like, give it more power. And then on the third run, only scheduled to go to the 330, let go, trucking. It starts going a little bit to the right. I'm like, we're only going to 330. Enough of this. Put my hand back on the wheel and grabbed the trans brake button and locked the back tires up. She started fishtailing everywhere and spun it out and hit the wall. Probably like the most crushing event I think I've ever had. You know what I mean? Because we had worked hard. We had gotten everything right. We got everything legal in the car, and then it's over. Boom.
It was crushing for everybody.
Yeah, for us. So like I sit on the board that works on getting funding for our class. And like we always have internal meetings about, the upcoming events. How can we make it better? How can we make it better for the participants, the fans? And everybody is excited about you coming. And like it was crushing for everybody. Just know everybody wants you coming there. And
it was the longest crash I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right? Like for the longest time, we're like, always got it. Because it was doing this back and forth and hop, the bounce back and forth, and it kept going, and finally it just had enough. But I was so devastated, man. I mean, I know you were. I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah, I didn't even want to get out of the car. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it just boom, and you're just crushing. Yeah.
God, and just all the momentum of you coming into Chicago and doing that, not trying to be negative on it, but like it was, if you think nobody pays attention to the shit you do and what you like, that's false. Everybody was like, gosh damn it. Like Glenn's not going to be there, but you got it back together, ended up running at PDRA Norwalk with a few Band-Aids on her.
Yeah. A week later. So we loaded up that night, drove to Garrett's shop in Missouri all night, unloaded the car, pulled the engine transmission out of it, set it on the jig. Then I had to go back to Chicago because Maximus was running in Chicago. So then I turned around and have to drive from Missouri back to Chicago for him to campaign the Chicago race. And I'm like, the whole ride was like just crushing still. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, I don't even want to see a pro mod car go down the track. You know what I mean? But I wanted to be there to support. I was entered. I was on the starting line for every pass everybody
You
made.
were, yep.
And you know what I mean? I was very appreciative to the whole NHRA Pro Mod community was very supportive of us. So it was really pretty cool. I wasn't sure what I was going to walk into. So I'm still not sure, but we're coming. So,
well, a lot of folks view the NHRA Pro Mod community as kind of harsh, and it's not. We're a welcoming group of folks. We always want you to come race with us. We have what I think, and I'll get Lyle's opinion. I think we have probably the most family-oriented race class that there is. I mean, we have a team dinner every single race. We get together, we hang out, we bull crap, we race go-karts, we shoot water guns at each other. And we really are a family, and that's it's not like that in a lot of other classes. So
and it didn't used to be like that.
It didn't used to be like that. We've worked really hard to get it like that. So it's a cool place.
Yeah, that was really cool. We got to enjoy one of the dinners. Super awesome. I mean, that was just unbelievable how the community of the racers put it all on, and that was really, really neat.
Yeah, Deb O'Rourke heads up our Finish Line Consultants, and a lot of that is on her shoulders, and she does a great job.
I think the class hospitality area, and then every Friday night we have, and it's not just a team. Our entire class gets together, and we have dinner together there in the hospitality areas. It's pretty cool. It's a good time.
Much beer is drank.
Yeah, much cornhole is played.
Much cornhole is played.
Yeah.
Don't let somebody get out of line. Lyle's cornhole over there.
Nobody wants that smoke. Come on over there, Courtney.
You're so
And-
dumb.
Come on, bring your
Come over there
Canadian.
and rake the cornhole area.
Yeah, I mean, do you need any kind of like special preparation for the cornhole area?
No, I don't need anything.
You got to
Just-
straighten them up a little bit, get a little distance between them. You should
I'll
smoke it in.
measure, square it
Yeah.
up.
Walk that thing off. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress. Do you so what are your plans for the Pro Mod future here? Not the PDRA stuff, but the NHRA Pro Mod. What are you going to do with that?
So I'm going to run Bristol coming up in a couple of weeks, which is the week before Indy. So if everything aligns perfectly, I am going to test between the two races and run Indy. So
Cool.
that is
Indy? Indy, you sir? Hell yeah.
I really want to run Indy, but I do have to test, and if I got to protect myself and my PDRA, championship hopes. But I really, 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 really want to run. I mean, we were running Chicago because we wanted to run Indy. If you follow what I'm saying, you know what I mean. Chicago was going to be the testing, you know what I mean. And then if we needed something or needed to do something different, we wanted to be prepared and ready to go for Indy. So Indy's been the goal. Chicago was our test bed. So, but we're going to hopefully get the opportunity to test before Indy, the quarter mile.
But your priority, I mean, I'm not going to put words in your mouth. Your priority is chasing that championship for PDRA right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
We have reach out to me. We have testing opportunities all the way during the week. Next week, we kind of in our Pro Mod thread, we talk about where everybody's testing. Nearly almost every day between now and Indy, somebody's running somewhere. So reach out and we'll hook you up where you can do some good local testing.
Can you talk about the new car at all?
I was just going to.
Yeah, I can talk about the new car. So Garrett Race Cars is building me a new 69 without a front end. I had to steal the front end off of it, put on the current car. But new front end's coming. So we're going to have a full Pro Mod legal 69 coming. Was hoping to debut at the Indy at the whatever that thing's called, PRI show.
Oh yeah.
So we were hoping to have it at the PRI show. I don't know if we'll make it or not yet, but it'll be the same combination, nitrous powered, 959, Pro Mod legal. I'll probably still run it in PDRA Top Sportsman and then some NHRA stuff. But that car, I would like to do a lot of NHRA with it. So
continue doing PDRA. You're gonna double dip.
I'm gonna double dip. I mean, I think we'll see what the transition of how hard it is to take a car to go back and forth. I do it now on the Top Sportsman side. So I think I'm not going to run a full series and try to win a NHRA championship. But, I mean, I definitely want to run Norwalk's back on the schedule from what I'm told for next year. So I would like to run Norwalk, Chicago, Indy. St. Louis has always been a goal of mine. So.
Do you think we'll see in St. Louis this year?
We'll see how that championship looks, but I want to be there. And they don't have Top Sportsman, and my kid's racing Super Comp and Super Gas, so I got every reason to be there.
You need to bring that thing to Vegas. I know it's far, but it's a fun race, man. If you guys have never been to Vegas, where we close our season out, it is a party. It is fun.
It is special.
It's special. There's nothing like staging that thing and launching into that mountain down there. It's gorgeous.
I've never raced at the facility, but I landed at 6 a.m. this morning from Vegas. So,
okay. Did you win any money while you were out there?
I did pretty good. But we spent more money shopping than we won. So
I was just gonna say, I feel like that's a place to spend money, not make it.
Yeah.
Got some nice bags, huh?
Yeah, lots of bags.
Yeah, I bet. I don't get to do that shit anymore. I used to be able to do that. Richard or somebody. I ain't doing it for myself, so maybe I'll go with you. That's awesome. I do want to say, because I know Spencer Hyde is listening, do you hear that you can run PDRA and NHRA at the same time? Just saying. You may want to talk to Glenn.
Yep, I got you.
Just
That's
saying.
a hint.
Just saying.
Hey, Indy and St. Louis is not that far from the northern border. I think you got to go around a lake or something, but Like drag that thing down there.
Oh, I'm closer to you now, Glenn, than I was
Yeah.
when I'm in Texas. We talked about. He's like, "Oh, I can just go to Texas." I'm like, "Nope, I'm up north now."
Yeah, I was going to lay over, but you're only like a 4-hour drive. I could probably be there in 4 hours.
That's nothing to me now. I'm a seasoned 21-hour driver now.
Right.
Oh, see, he said his new gear just showed up. See, maybe we'll be doing inspiration to all Glenn Butcher.
Yes. We're always trying to keep these parts manufacturers, their retirement income ready to roll. Spencer, we stock all those Gleason gear ratios if you end up running low.
Service voice. Glenn Butcher, if you win the championship for PDRA this year, what kind of shirt can I guarantee to see on you? If you don't know what I'm talking about, Glenn Butcher has the flyest wardrobe on the planet.
Well, I already had a custom outfit made, not for a championship. That's not why I already had it.
Just in case.
Yeah.
So it's loud.
So
you're saying it's loud.
It's going to be loud. It's
I love it.
Loud, amazing.
Lyle, you
I'll be wearing it regardless how I finish. But
Lyle has something to say about my colorful pants the other day. You need to check out some Glenn Butcher shit. And I can only dream of being as cool as Glenn Butcher. I can always expect you to wear something loud and sparkly.
Yeah, it's I like my fashion, so it gets expensive, but I enjoy it.
So some of that shopping was most definitely you. That wasn't all your wife in Vegas. That was you.
No, it was not all her. I came home with 4 or 5 shoes and 10 shirts, but
no big deal.
No big deal.
You got to win a little to spend a little.
Right.
You got to win a little to spend a lot. It's girl math. If you won X amount, you can spend triple that.
Yeah.
So when the new car's done, will you get rid of your current car, or will you have one set up for one and one set up for the other? Are you going to stay in one car all the time?
Well, having one set up for one set up for the other would be the smart choice. So I didn't go that route.
Perfect.
I'm going to give my current car to my son. So
Nice.
Max is going to he's going to campaign my current car, and then I'll go into the new car.
That was my last pre-designed question that I had for you. Was like, what's Maximus's future here?
If he has his choice, he'd probably still run super gas and super comp because he just loves that and loves big money bracket racing and just Friday night racing. But I think he's going to be really, really, really good, really, really good in top sports when you get there. And then what you don't know is this month I should take possession of a car for my daughter Lila. So she's got a dragster coming. So American Race Cars is working on it with I hate to say with my shirt on, but it's gonna have a baby blower on it. So
my dad would say the quickest way to end your own racing career is let your kids race.
Yeah.
What kind of blower is that thing gonna have on it?
It's just a baby blower, a 632 with a little blower on there. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about blowers.
I do. If you want to
pick
that thing right on up.
Oh, KTR.
Oh, KTR for all your supercharger needs. Well, Glenn, we really appreciate you coming on. You got anybody you want to give thanks to? You got any shout outs? You want to plug any sponsors? You want to talk about anybody or opponents that you want to crush? What?
We forgot our most important question.
We're not there yet. We're not kicking them off.
Okay. I always get so excited.
Down there, parachute.
Okay.
Courtney was trying to parachute into my extra.
Oh, and I have a question for Lyle before we leave too. So, obviously Dan Ferguson has been helping me out a lot on the keyboards. Billy Albert with the power, Brucey with his transmission, Hoosier tires, Pack Springs. You know what I mean? I got lots of people. Linda, Maximus, Lila, TT. TT's amazing. That's my mother-in-law. She always wants
TT is amazing.
I'm like, no, you're not in charge of parachutes. That's my job.
TT loves her some EE.
Oh, yeah, she loves Erica. Loves her. Cheers her on. Oh, no. Has to go see her. TT's amazing. She wants to drag race her 85. What is that thing? It's a Buick.
1989 Buick.
Roadmaster.
Chad Henderson,
He's got a
every kind of
Roadmaster.
stuff a blower
Like this
motor in that
long.
thing and take it to LDR.
Let her
Yeah.
rip.
85.
Buick, what?
It's a Buick Roadmaster, the biggest thing on the planet. But
Yeah.
my mother-in-law,
That's a smooth riding unit right there, buddy.
it's like a boat.
Hey, my buddy his dad used to have old Roadmaster when we were kids, and I remember floating in the back of that thing. You go down the interstate, you had some fun in Roadmaster.
Dude, TT
Yeah.
would kill it.
Yeah,
Does
TT would kill it.
Does it have the reverse seat in the back where you look backwards?
No,
Oh,
no. So Lyle, I got to know. I watched you go one parachute on that run that we watched earlier.
yeah. So
See what had happened was
it had never been to the quarter. And one cable was just a touch too. It was one of those where it grabbed like the finest hair left on the cord. Like I walked around the back of the car because I didn't like immediately start celebrating because this Courtney's beloved sand trap was approaching at a rapid rate.
And
And I was
did you
like,
see her down there? Like, if you from now on,
no.
the shoots don't come out, instead of seeing like your life flash before your eyes, I'm gonna see CE down there making sure I was ready for me.
Yeah, that so fortunately that thing weighs like 500 pounds. So it was not a big deal to get stopped once it settled. But yeah, that was not planned. It was supposed to have two, and one cable was just a skosh too long. So all's good, all's well.
Look that way.
just like
You
Stevie's.
got any competitors you want to talk shit to? You got any enemies? You got any juicy goodness?
Well, my handicap friend, limping and pimping, you know, man.
Limping
Little
and
Rick.
pimping. He's so funny, dude.
All right, now the question that everyone's waiting on.
Glenn, this is a pivotal moment in our friendship.
Lyle,
right.
shut the fuck up.
Please, that is going
always
to be a meme.
Preempt the
That's
guest.
our next shake and bake shirt design right there. I'm going to
Lyle,
put that
shut
shit on
the
the
fuck
shirt.
up.
I'm about to call Border Patrol, and you just fucking go ahead and claim residence up there, you fucking twat.
You ain't going to turn her in, are you?
100%. I don't give a fuck.
Damn. I don't have my parental advisory thing, and I can't find it. But
Oh, mercy.
Glenn, after you would win a big top sportsman race, let's say that you come to Indy and you bring the nitrous car out there and you crush the field. Hey, there we go. Would you or would you not enjoy to go have a big old steamy plate of fajitas?
Fajitas? I could do chicken fajitas.
Do you love or hate fajitas? Is the more important question. You got to be more
I love
complete.
fajitas depending on where they're from. But
So wait, let me preempt the audience here. Glenn Butcher does not have social media. He's a social media ghost. So
he doesn't know
No.
the story behind fajitas.
Probably not.
He's speaking the truth from his heart.
Lyle Barnett hates the presentation that fajitas bring with the steamy shit and it's
Lyle is no
everything
longer a
there.
top sportsman fan, and he's
Nope.
not going to stand on the starting line when you make.
you'd
first.
rather have them cold or what?
He
just-
No, I would just rather him not
doesn't
come out of
have
the kitchen still fucking
cojones.
cooking.
He has no cojones.
He gets so
Like,
mad about it, Glenn.
When they
So
bring them
mad.
out, and they're doing all this steaming and bullshit, I'm looking around
Yeah.
like, oh, which one of these patrons sitting in this restaurant didn't get enough attention as a kid? Because that's where they're going.
So no roofed crisps?
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. Bring them out on a plate, already cooked, no steaming, no show, none of this bullshit.
People don't. The world is missing sportsmanship, Lyle. They're missing showmanship.
Yeah.
Showmanship is important in all facets of business.
Do you think as many people would order fajitas as they do if they did not come out steaming?
Right.
The answer is no.
More. I would order them if they didn't come out like that.
Glenn, what do you think?
I would
If
send
any
it
other
back if
steak
they
and
didn't
bake
steam
viewers
it.
own a Mexican restaurant, will you be willing to put in a trial on Lyle's deal? 1 week your way. It's like Days of Thunder. 1 week Lyle's way, and we'll see who sells more fajitas.
Wait, y'all didn't hear what Glenn Butcher just said. Say that again, Glenn.
I said I'd send them back if they weren't steaming.
You
a
think
steamed
they weren't
fajita.
cooked? Because
They
when they
weren't
get
cooked.
to the table, they're
Cold.
still tenderizing into goodness.
Unbelievable.
Glenn is on the large tally
Unbelievable.
of fajita lovers as shake and bake.
All right, Lyle, Linda's on your card. She doesn't like because it gets in her hair. The smell.
Yeah,
that's
you smell like butthole when you leave there.
Well, that checks
love
out
it when
because you have
Lyle
a
says
freaking
Mexican
beard.
butthole.
Yeah, it
less
doesn't
hair,
smell
so
like.
it doesn't matter.
Does it smell like a steaming pile of shit?
Yeah, I have. If I'm gonna order fajitas, it's got to be on like hair wash day. That's true.
Oh. Don't trip over your shoelaces while you backpedal there.
I am going to
Transplant.
physically assault you.
I don't
Oh
care.
man!
You
And the
better bring
bad
a
thing
rake.
is, all three of us are going to be in Indy. Somebody's going to get knocked out.
All four of us.
Last time you tried to whoop Lyle, you got smacked around by a Vegeta.
Yeah,
Okay, hit a girl.
Right.
That's what I'd do.
right in the mouth.
Anyway, poor
You're a
Greg is-
I don't know what the
You're a
story is
metaphoric
with the
dude.
rake, but she's coming with a rake next time.
That's fine.
It'll be a
Right.
plastic rake.
You better bring more than a rake.
Hey, she's in Canada now. It'll be a plastic rake.
Yeah,
We
well,
don't have
Right,
real
and I
metal rakes up there.
one of those cardboard deals.
Okay, enough's enough. Anyway,
Glenn.
Glenn, we love you.
We love you. Thank you for coming
Oh.
on. Thank you for spending some time with us on a Monday. You're our
I'm
first
so
Monday
excited.
guest ever.
Thank you guys. I mean, honestly, Stevie, Lyle, Courtney. I mean, it's been a pleasure and an honor. I really appreciate you guys even thinking about me.
Get that thing running and bring that thing to Indy.
We'll see you in
I'm
Indy,
coming
Glenn.
for you.
All right, come on with it.
Matter.
That's right. There you go. Hey, I love nitro cars. Thank you, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Fuck
Thank
fajitas.
Heck yeah. Talk about a passionate guy who's fired up about what he races. Glenn Butcher. All right.
What a
Before we
cool
get on,
dude.
we got way more cool shit to talk about, but I want to talk about something before I forget. The original lady of Door Car Pro Mod Racing made some laps this week. How about Annette Summer
Let's
in the
go.
pink car, dropping the clutch for the first time in a long time? Look at
That's
that thing.
sick.
Rim screws on that thing. Look at that thing. That's
Mm,
sexy.
mm, mm. Hey, Annette, I happen to know the beadlock company pretty good at what they do. 844-257-5502 happens to be the phone number, and you can talk to me.
Both of y'all, when you talk about your businesses, get a customer service voice on.
That's fine.
I'm fine.
Crap.
I'm
If you
fine.
knew- while Stevie's texting, if you knew how many times in a day that is said around here, it's unreal. It probably.
I'm fine. I'm
Are you
fine.
fine? Spencer, are you fine? See, he's fine.
I'm fine.
We're all fine.
All right, I was
and-
trying to check on how much of the new Shake, Bake, and Rake shirts we had left.
while we've still got 1,000 on here, a little plug for our man Dan Parker, who claims to have seen Courtney in the light earlier. God love you, Dan. If you don't follow Dan on social media, Dan for the past couple months has been in pursuit of a hyperbaric chamber. He is dealing with some things that obviously none of us can relate to with his blindness and all the things that come with that. And there's some studies and whatnot that back up that he could benefit from some time in a hyperbaric chamber, and he's trying to get his own. He has set up a GoFundMe. These things are high dollar, and we're trying to help Dan be able to afford to get his own. I sent that link. I don't know if that.
I
don't
just
know
put
how-
it in the comments, but I'll put it on our socials too because links are weird in YouTube comments. They know they're trying to push you somewhere else. So
I'm sure most of you on here know, but if there's anybody that doesn't, Dan had 100% vision, was a pro mod racer, had a terrible crash in Alabama several years ago, and is now like 100% in the dark blind. Like, I don't mean can see light or figures. He is 100% blind now, and is a machinist, does everything audibly, obviously, with everything he does, still does very well. But if you can, any little bit helps. There's 1,000 of you on here. If we could donate to Dan's cause, that would be awesome to help him get something that could hopefully help his day-to-day life. But we love you, Dan. And if there's any other way we can help, please let us know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I still have my blind machinist razor handle and my blind machinist billet ink pen.
Those ink pens are badass.
They're badass. All right, let's roll to PDRA. We didn't give PDRA a lot of love on the last show because NHRA was hot and bouncing around, but we have had what I thought was a fabulous PDRA event. And let's roll through it.
It was cool because it was the Night of Fire at US 131 also. And so much like Norwalk and even the one they did at VMP with the Pro Stars, that brings in a bunch of other fans because they see the word Nitro. Scott Palmer did his thing too. So there was big crowd there, which we love. And the PDRA really, really needs. If PDRA is ever in your town, y'all go. It's a great show. But we had some, I don't want to say underdogs win this race here. So we just hit the midway mark with PDRA, had the Pro Stars, and now we're rolling into the late season. As Glenn said, chasing the championship. Sloan winning Pro Nitrous. It's been the well, even last week was Scriba, but usually the Tommy Franklin and Jim Halsey show is being shook up as we're getting late in the rounds, and Mr. Sloan got her down there, which I thought was pretty cool. Against Party Time in the final. Oh, see you later. It was Jason Harris. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Johnny can't beat. I got my bad. He beat Harris. Who was he in the final with?
Do y'all have any conservative dads, ultra right, anti-woke beer?
Hey, my mom.
Is it good?
My mom just texted me.
I don't know if it's my first one. Some of my fans sent me a case of it.
My mom just texted me and said that the commercial on her YouTube before this started was a Kamala Harris ad asking for money. It's because you had that, and I'm wearing this. They know. They know.
They know.
They know.
Anyway, you do the wine. You like swirl it around and smell it.
I don't remember who he beat. Somebody put it in the comments. It'll be quicker than that.
It was Halsey.
Halsey. Okay. My bad.
Halsey looked like he went out there and had some kind of mechanical failure or something. As did Jason Harris.
I think he had a left lane failure. I think I couldn't tell if it smoked the tires.
I couldn't either.
Like both those cars came loose. Pro Nitrous is hot right now. Like it's the competition is good. The battle back and forth between Halsey and Franklin is always cool. But when they race each other in eliminations, it's a big one.
I like the shakeup that it's having too, because like now you've got just everybody is kind of up there in the mix. And Pro Boost has been that way the whole time, where you could skip a race and still be number 3 because you could not qualify after winning a race. But all of the pro mods at PDRA is some of the best competition in the country, in my opinion.
It's very Miller Lite-ish.
Your beer?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. First time I ever had that. So do you think we're calling that an upset? Many other upsets in PDRA. We got a tremendous amount of comments on my social media about Kai Kelly coming up, bringing I'm a no prep, anti-no prepper as much as there is. But when the guy brings a car over there, qualifies for Pro Boost, and takes out the number 1 qualifier on a hole shot in the first round, you got to give that man.
That was cool.
Bad, dude.
You got Jeff Pierce standing behind that thing. And, Jeff Pierce, I've been racing with Jeff Pierce and being friends with Jeff Pierce for over a decade, for a long time. He's ran cars for me a long time ago. We've raced together. We've shared data. And it seems like right now he's hot. Everything he's touching is running good. And you got to give Kai Kelly props for driving that thing.
I like that not to be this guy, but I promote the PDRA for a living. And I like that he showed up, because I think that when we start intermingling that stuff, just like when Keith Haney came, he brought some Midwest viewers. And when people go into different sanctioning bodies that they do, I would like to think, by the numbers we had on Flow 2, that Kai Kelly brought people to the PDRA.
Oh, for sure. Well, everybody thought he was going to come, get killed, suck, and that those guys can't drive. And it shows you that some of them can drive and some of them don't suck.
Well,
and I enjoyed that it was a whole shot.
I was going to say, like, Kai Kelly coming up there and winning around, I think a lot of people, he just got lucky. Like, that dude's a race car driver.
Yep.
Like, and I'm not taking anything away from the rest of the No Prep Kings guys. There are some guys that drive race cars over there, and there are some race car drivers. And Kai Kelly is a race car driver. So he went over there and did what he always does, and that's let go on time and drive the sumbitch. And he's good. Like, if he was in a legal Pro Boost, or not that thing is illegal, but a real Pro Mod, Pro Boost style car, like that dude would be a problem if you put him in something that could be competitive over there. A real problem.
I hope he comes back.
And his car is not a Pro Boost modern.
Absolutely not. Car. That thing's steel roof and quarter. Like it's a No Prep King.
69 in E2.
Yeah.
It's fast for what it is. I mean, it really is. That's fast. Like everybody was saying that the No Prep guys can't run before flat and 420s and stuff. They're obviously faster than that.
Nah, Well, and he's got the right man turning the screw. Like you said, you just talked about Jeff.
You got the right man turning the screws, but like the part of the reason that they won't put a real tree in no prep is because people like that would destroy most of the field.
Destroy. Like it would be so bad. It would be. Well, I'm not going to go because people get offended. There's a handful I could name that would absolutely tear them up. It would be awful. Awful.
Before we go on that, what's wrong with Jackson? Does he want to come back to America? Is he everybody's coming? Is he okay? Did he eat some bad?
Does.
Actually, he's been really good here. We went on our longest walk we've ever been on today. He doesn't like walks because he doesn't like people or things. Spencer had come up from the shop and distracted him, and I think he just took him outside. So that's probably what that is. I'm not paying enough attention to him. That's the deal.
No, first you take him out of the country, then you take him here and take him on these stupid long walk. Yes, he does. No, he's like you.
He doesn't know we're out of the country.
You don't think he sees other dogs and doesn't know that they're foreign?
He ain't seen.
You don't think he walks outside and be like, "That's the largest horse I've ever seen with antlers."
Yeah, that dog just said, "Hey, I don't like that."
Fucking moose.
My dog is fine. He lived in Pennsylvania, which is.
I'm just saying, don't ignore these symptoms. If things start to get awry, bring him back. I'll babysit him for a while. Him and Nitro be buddies.
How many moose did you see in Pennsylvania when you lived there, Courtney?
How many have I seen in Canada? The same amount, 0.
Okay, you've been to the. Are you really in Canada then?
No, not really, because we're in, like, I like to call it that part that's as south as America. Like,
what?
Canada, America, we're in the little dip. Ontario's the dip. Like, there's a portion of America that is way further north than I am in Canada right now.
I don't know. I've never seen a map that far up there.
Alaska's way up there.
I flew to Bonanza to Canada
We don't see maps that far. Like, I tell people here all the time.
Okay.
We don't learn about it.
So me and my buddy Peter flew my Bonanza from Georgia to Mission, British Columbia, which is far. And we went to this diner and they had, what is it called? Poutine or something, or poutine or poutang or whatever, where they take French fries and dump a bunch of brown gravy on it. Have you ate that?
No. And I've had more people ask me if I've eaten it.
It is terrible.
Do you think it's terrible?
It's terrible. It's brown gravy that goes on mashed potatoes, but they have it on a French fry.
I think it sounds disgusting, and I think that's one of those things where when you eat it, it shows back up on your ass, so I'm out.
No, I don't think – I mean, I don't know. I just can't do it.
Shows back up on your ass after it splatters off the toilet.
God dang. All right, so PDRA Pro Boost. Let's roll into the finals. So who won Pro Boost?
Johnny Camp won Pro Boost, which I'm excited about because I feel like he's always qualifies well and he's always in the mix, but just never gets her done. Garrett Ward in the semis, it was Camp and Harvey and Ward and Harris, and it ended up being Harris and Camp.
So all Pro Charger final. Do you think parity in Pro Boost is where it needs to be? You think it's good? Think it's close?
Come on, Spencer. She don't know shit.
Lay that Easter egg on there. Yeah, she don't know shit. Get out of the way and go make a sandwich.
So let's
talk about Pro Mods. Do you think parity in Pro Boost is where it needs to be?
I think they went the wrong way with the 10 pounds. But that's just me.
So no.
No, I don't think it. I mean, it's close, but it's not. I don't think it was far off. Now they put 10 pounds on us. Not that it's a ton, but it makes a difference. I think the Pro Charger car probably should have got 10. But
you think that it's 20, 25 pounds away either way of being pretty good?
Yeah, I would say so. Right now,
and it's kind of like always the screw cars. If the weather's perfect, they're going to outrun them. But the Pro Charger car is so easy to get down the track. It's just hard to beat. I mean,
that's the problem in the summertime when the track's hot and that car is 50, 60 pounds lighter than us. That makes a huge difference. And
it makes more power than you do. Don't forget that. Don't forget that they make more power than you do.
But we run our shit hard and we put big numbers up, and they don't like to see that.
You don't do too bad in the seat either there.
I've always said that on a home run ball, if you nail it in the good conditions, the screw in the roots is always going to be the fastest car. They're harder to race. They're harder to win with, like a nitrous car. But on a one run, on a perfect run, the qualifying sheet skews the rules.
I agree.
What's the points like?
See, if me and Lyle was on the top end zone doing interviews, we would know what the points were like, who raced who.
Yeah, but you're not.
I'll be the statistician, and you can be the talent. You can be the hotness.
Steddings won. I think either Melanie or
Todd won in Justin Smith's car.
Pro Boost. Here we go. Yeah.
Holy smokes. Thank you, Bob. That's a good quote right there. And thank you, man. We really appreciate that.
Kurt Steddings got 200 points on Melanie. Then Derek's right on her. Todd Tutterow, Jason Harris, Johnny Camp. Spencer Hyde missed 2 races. You're number 8. Not bad there.
Yeah.
You on the comeback tour, Spencer? We gonna hit the rest of them or nah?
We're gonna try. Galazzo.
Coming to Indy. Come to Indy. Come to Indy.
I'm coming to Indy, but I don't think I'm gonna have the green stock with me.
All right, well, get in Todd Payton's car.
All right, you lend me the $60,000 and I'll be there.
Hey, yeah.
Sponsored by MacFab.
Yeah,
Hey, MacFab does need a top fuel car.
Well, Jesus, I'd like to take my MacFab Pro Mod there too, but motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Okay, anyway.
So what's next race up for PDRA?
Bristol. First time ever headed to Bristol.
Okay, this is going to be a fun one for us to watch. If you've never raced in Bristol, there are folks that race PDRA that have never raced in Bristol. In lots of classes, it's going to be not fun, but it's going to be interesting to watch who can get a hold of the altitude and who can't.
It's hard,
but I've never even been to Bristol. But
a beautiful facility, great, but man, the weather's tough, and y'all are going in August.
Yeah, it's going to be a bitch.
There will be 5,000 feet. It will be that like the Pro Chargers are going to beat y'all like a drum.
Yeah, I mean, we were cutting some fins out of some stators down there in the shop.
Just like take a hammer and beat them. Don't open them up. Beat them closed. Like flatten them out.
I think it's going to be cool. I hope that we can I hope it's far enough away from all the other racing action that goes on in Bristol to get some people there because I know that town loves racing. But gosh, that would be so good for the PDRA.
Well, I think just the fact that Pro Mods are in Bristol is going to be enough to bring a sizable crowd for sure. I don't know how it could.
I agree, but it's tough because as we see, like there's even we just saw Virginia Motorsports Park canceled. What was it? The Shakedown? Like there's just right now we have a good problem where people are talking about track flows and this and that. If you look on the other side of the spectrum, like there are too many places to race. There's a ton of places to race. There's a lot of races.
It's watered down. That's the problem.
It is. And so I just hope that the market is right for that. NASCAR and NHRA are kind of close to each other in that sense, and they still show up and show out. But I know those fans up there, they love cars that go fast. So if you guys are in the area, come out to the PDRA race. If not, watch on Flow Racing. There's my customer service voice.
And that Bristol's not this coming, but the next weekend, right?
Yeah. Correct. The weekend after Brainerd, which I'm the only one going to Brainerd. And I solemnly swear.
You are not going to do shit. You're lying.
Fuck you. I do solemnly swear. Sorry, my dad's watching. I'm sorry, Dad. I do solemnly swear to take pictures and videos and have a full zoo recap for the next time that we come on this show because Outlaw Beer folks are coming in, their content team, their marketing team, and we are going to absolutely take over the zoo. NHRA is going to do a fun TV piece on it, and I like that they lean into the party side of it. So if you're going to be in Brainerd, and you're at the zoo, call at your girl.
I'm going to have Katie send you my life-size cardboard cutout Stevie, and I want you to take Stevie around the zoo.
I would be honored.
Will you do it in your cow pants?
Here's a true story. My cardboard cutout Stevie sits in our parts room, and like about once a week, I walk in there, and it scares the shit out of me because I'm standing there, and I'm like, I'm going to send
my God. I would absolutely die if you sent that. I would take it on the golf cart with me.
Katie, cardboard Stevie, life-size Stevie needs to go to the zoo.
Yeah, Katie added me on Facebook the other day. I felt really special. So I can get you the house. Team Elite is at a house in Brainerd, so you don't have to send it to Canada. And send that thing to Brainerd, and I will take it on a trip to the zoo. And I was thinking about on Amazon buying one of those beard things and like going and being Lyle. So maybe I can just do it all.
They don't sell a lot of beards that look as good as Lyle's beard.
You can't just buy this.
There was a filter on Snapchat the other day that I had.
That filter on Snapchat is ass.
It looks like you.
No, it doesn't.
Get some makeup over these. I'm you.
No, you don't
Oh,
put
man.
makeup over them. If you want to get rid of your eyebrows, do it like a man, the metaphoric man you are.
Okay, well that
Go
ain't
get you some
fucking
wax and a
happening.
strip and rip them off.
Nope.
Come on. Join the
Nope.
dark side.
Nope.
Katie Ledecky ain't got shit on. I can swim underwater like a fucking champ. Water just glides right around the
This
edges.
is taking a turn to the south.
If you guys will tag us on social media, we'll try to show. We'll try to show you guys repping your shake and bake merch. So we just got this on our social media. Homeboy repping some shake and bake in the gym, getting ready to do some squats. Lyle Barnett's social media, The Real CE, Stevie Fast, KTR Drag Racing, all of our social media channels. Post up wearing your shake and bake shirt stuff, and I'll try to collect it and give you guys some love. We appreciate you.
And if you're in Brainerd and you come around the pit, come find me wearing it. I got some cool little koozies and stuff that Outlaw Beer's given us, and I'll give you some goodies.
Take a picture with life size cardboard cutout Stevie. I had whoever printed that thing added like 2 or 3 more inches to my height, so I'm like 6'4" or something. But don't worry about it. I told him taller.
2 or 3 inches he added to your height.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna need one of those.
Yeah. I got like I'm pretty tall.
That was rude. You
that was good. That was good.
That was pretty funny.
Oh man.
KTR has a new shop phone number, 762-233-1776 in honor of America. New shop phone number. Everybody's been asking us, how do we call? How do we buy parts? And normally I just make them try to find me, but we got a new shop phone.
Are we just ripping through our little list from earlier?
Yeah, what is up here?
That's what I wanted to talk about. So
what is up here?
I want to give kudos. If this was KB, I would say exactly the same thing. What Elite Motorsports did last weekend was cool. They have a nice break before Brainerd and Indy where there's 2 weeks off for the guys, the drivers, much needed. What did Elite Motorsports do? Went to Rock Falls, which our large supporter, C-Tech, their owner owns that racetrack. And so part of our deal with them is that every year we now have this invitational, this Pro Stock Open at the NHRA division race there. So it's the 2nd annual. They go in there, they make a couple of qualifying runs. There was 6 of our cars there. And then they have eliminations on Saturday. And yes, it's all Team Elite, so we knew it was going to happen. But it's kind of fun to have a little carefree competition before the countdown. And Erica got out of her little winless slump here and got herself a little baby Wally. So that was really cool. And I think that that's important, not only for the people who support these teams, but it's a lot of work. I don't think people take into consideration when you see a team like that, or Brittany Force and Jack Beckman when they were at Norwalk for the Night of Fire. Like, that takes a lot. All those guys and gals that work on those cars to load shit up, get it ready to go and do their normal job for an exhibition deal in the middle of an NHRA season. Especially towards the end of the countdown. So big kudos to John Force Racing and Clay and everybody who went and did Night of Fire, as well as Elite for doing this deal on what should have been their time off. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Badass. Chris Lowry, we should still have a few large shake and bake shirts in stock. I don't know how many we ordered or how many have been sold, but we dropped our new shirt just a little bit ago. And if you want one, you better get it.
Like now. Something else I wanted to talk about, even just briefly, is I feel like they made a big deal about it at PRI, and then it kind of just, we had to wait, and she's been out there. But Ida is making her big debut in Brainerd in the Top Fuel car. So another new face in Top Fuel.
I think Monday, Tuesday of last week, because we were on track Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think she drove both her and Tony's car there. And from what I understand, she did pretty well. So.
I mean, if y'all don't know who she is, like, she's no rookie. This isn't something new for her. She's the European champion, and she's a badass. And I think it's going to be great for the sport. And I can say this because I'm a chick, but it doesn't hurt to have a nice hot blonde that knows how to drive a race car. It's going to be good.
Brian Canada, if you know where my old S10 is, reach out to me because I would like to have it. Like, if you know where it's at now. Sorry.
I saw a couple comments and I haven't heard anything. Do you know anything new on John Force?
No, and I kind of figured that the updates would be over once he got back home and was in this facility. And then the announcement of Jack Beckman, obviously. So I think that they're just going to kind of let him rehab in peace and stop giving those weekly updates, because it's as good as it can be on a big update for him. I think no news is good news right now for what's going on with him. But even on the inside, it's just, that he's rehabilitating, and that's all we know.
Hopefully.
I see another comment I wanted to touch on. I guess y'all saw that they had Hagen's funny car at Roadkill.
Yeah.
Roadkill Nights. And somebody just said he almost stuffed it in the wall. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. I thought they were just doing they did a bunch of big ass John Force style burnouts. I know.
Yeah. That's how you know you're a badass, is when they name things that everyone does in the sport after you. Like, how many times have you said John Force burnout? Like, in life, probably a million times. Like, oh, it's a John Force burnout. Well, like, there used to not be a John Force burnout. Huh?
You just said that Hagen was in a junior funny car. How that motherfucker fit in there?
I built it around him.
Unbeknownst to me. That's crazy, really?
In fact, we scuffed some tires testing last week, and that's what I was told. Need a John Force burnout here.
Yep, that's a thing.
No problem.
They even said it at Rock Falls. Jackie went
do.
to like 400 feet, and he said, look at that John Force burnout.
When Sidney Frigo or Jeffrey Barker's in one of our cars, and I tell them we got a new set of tires, they're like, okay.
Yes.
The fans love it.
I've also seen this comment a couple of times. Did Tony Stewart buy Heartland Park, Topeka? I have no idea.
I don't.
I've heard it a lot too. I don't know.
But I did read and hear that the buyer, they did like a public auction for that deal, and the buyer was completely worked hard to stay anonymous. I have no idea who bought it. No clue.
Just assumption.
I don't think it's anyone in the industry, and I would like to think that I would have at least heard a little scuttlebutt given Tony and Richard's relationship, but who knows, man? Who knows?
Maybe you've been sworn to secrecy and you won't say.
Is there trust between the three amigos?
We'll find out in the after show.
Are we like the Three Amigos, Three Musketeers, or the Three Stooges?
Probably Stooges.
Two Musketeers and a stooge. I didn't say who it was. See, you just told me.
That's that negativity seeping out.
That's because y'all are just so nice to me all the time. I can't imagine why I would think you would pick on me. Lyle. When I got that text sent to me about your post about my pants the other day, you put in some effort to that, and you have unlocked a new portion of my brain of the pettiness level. So it ain't gonna be quick, but it's gonna be good. You just give me a minute.
All right.
And you can't wait, can you?
I don't care.
Everybody, they're like, man, they're like, dude, he's so funny. He's so funny. I'm like, yeah, fuck off.
I can't wait.
He's not that funny.
Do you question your wardrobe selections now before you post them on the internet just because of me?
Absolutely not. I almost wore this dress tonight just for you. I brought it to Canada with me just in case I wanted to wear it. Your kindergarten teacher wore it for sure on Fridays. I almost wore it tonight. I've had it 100 years, but I just thought we'll save that for a rainy day. I may back you up in a pro mod in it or something. It is the most teachery thing ever.
Well, you might back me up once, but I'll fucking run your ass over. I think it'll look good.
That's let me do whatever I want.
Like when you're backing up.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? I got one out of balance, I think.
Oh, man. Damn.
The
Legacy, I'll be in Vegas. I probably will not be competing unless something opens up, but I will be there with our Art of Inco team.
Thank you, Jody. Team Courtney.
We're gonna race a fuel car in Vegas. So, like, one of y'all give me one of them fuel cars and let me run on the bitches out there.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I saw a comment earlier about Big Jake's race coming up at XRP. Paying $100,000.
Yeah, is that the comment you want me to save?
It doesn't matter. I just said it. If anybody has a grudge car that they need a driver for, I would love to do, well, not just that, anything around here, anybody local to the Southeast where grudge racing is HAWT. How?
If anybody thinks that they have a grudge car that's fast and has a bunch of money they want to lose, call me because I will crush your ass with the Shadow.
I just want a grudge race, man. I'm just being honest.
Somebody put in here, and I'm so glad that they mentioned it because this is a big deal. Scotty Richardson. There was a lot of stuff about him on Facebook this week, going through some health stuff, very unexpected. So I don't know a lot about it. I just know that he had to have some procedures and had some sicknesses and infections afterwards, and he's in a pretty tough spot. So if you don't know who Scotty Richardson is, one of the baddest bracket race mean motherfuckers on the planet ever. Tough dude right there. So thinking and praying for him. That's a bad deal.
For sure.
Too young. He's so young to be going through that crap.
Jamie, ask me that question on the Shake and Bake show after Indy, and I'll tell you the truth. Actually, you can probably ask me on Monday after Indy, and I'll tell you the truth.
Oh, I'm going to need you to remember
There's
that,
a specific reason.
I have also seen a couple of questions about the Pro Superstar Shootout. We're working on that. There's a lot of variables with teams and timing and things of that sort, and the racetrack with Victor's stuff going on. So we're not going to make any kind of announcement on that until everything is completely set in stone. So just hang tight, but we're trying to make that shit work. So trying really, really hard.
I saw a comment about new beer money. That deal got squashed. I was in the process of putting another car together, and the dude that I had kind of partnered with on that deal, it just ain't happening. So I have one beer money and one beer money only, and it is still down from when I broke the rear end, and I have no idea when I'm going to get it back running. Ain't had time, but there's that.
Lyle, we need to see you in the Imported World Cup.
Dude, if it wasn't the same weekend as Vegas.
I would love
World Cup.
But yes, it is somehow the same weekend as Vegas. And obviously I plan and hope to be contending for a championship there.
I'm so upset that that's the same weekend because Vegas is so cool for y'all's season finale, but championships are decided in Vegas, and biggest flow race we have is World Cup. Man, that's going to be a tough weekend.
Are you going to World Cup?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a couple of things. I know Don's going to be the pit reporter for there, but
me and Lyle will be on the top end.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll go to Vegas.
I got to brush up on my Espanol.
You do have to brush up on your Espanol for that. And as a female, you have to brush up on your sexual harassment allotment. It's a rough facility.
I'm asking about this. Thank you, Rusty. I just asked Katie about what Katie says that we're not out of stock on any sizes. You may be clicking on the first Shake and Bake design. That shirt is not going to be resold. The one we re-released today, we have a couple left in large right now, if that's your side. Yeah, she says we have a few left. So you may be clicking on the old design.
Can we put 3 aside for us? We didn't do that on the first one. Y'all, even the 3 of us didn't get that first run.
I don't have it. I don't have one.
No,
like none of us have that shirt.
The Shake, Bake, and Rake one. Like throw a small and whatever y'all wear aside.
Absolutely. SGMP was awesome. We were blown away by how much rain came in from Hurricane Debbie. And I even said that traditionally in the past, your racetrack has struggled to hold rubber after rain. It was great. It was 140 degrees. We went 959 60 foot. It was good. We had no issues at all. Enjoyed being there. Very NHRA like prep. And what's awesome about renting that racetrack is they're very receptive. It's not like, this is what you got. Deal with it. You want it tighter, you want it looser, you want it softer in the middle, tighter in the middle. Very accommodating. Good place to test.
Stevie, have you done anything to Ronnie?
Okay. So here's what's about to happen. Because after the last week's show, I got fired up about the truck. All right. So we are piling all of. Why she got her mic on mute? Is she talking shit about us?
Maybe.
You can say it out loud. So I moved all the crap out around the truck so you can actually see it now. We had a team meeting and I said, all right, I need one of y'all minions that we're going to dedicate on the Project Ronnie. I'm trying to get Jeffrey Barker to help me with it, but he keeps like dodging the question. I'm like, hey, your dad got any 5 4 3/4 wheels? We can roll that thing on to Kathleen. Because I told him you were going to get your shit running before me, and it was making me mad. So I know, but I'm on it. Like I want to ready to make it happen. I'm
driving mine to Charlotte.
JP, Jeffrey Barker, if you can't have that thing running by Charlotte, man, we got to get that thing.
Jeffrey Barker. Hey, did y'all see that video of the General Lee car?
Man, hang on. Was there a human being in that?
Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with him? That dude is definitely from Canada.
I was just about to say, Lyle, for the World Series of promo, we should get one of those and Smokey in the Bandit car and go side by side.
I mean, I'm down, but can we shorten the ramp?
I mean, I'm down. I'm fine.
Lessen the speed. Because that is, you want to talk about Stevie, broke neck would be Stevie
dead.
No neck.
Yeah.
No neck.
Neck.
Like that was
thing
something.
insane.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I thought it was awesome.
I mean, it was awesome.
I got tagged in that more times about where was Courtney to rake the landing than I've ever fucking been tagged in anything in my life.
I mean, to me, that looked like a death row inmate. Like you just put them in there and be like, "Hey,
like,
man,
fuck it, just send it."
You survived this. We're sending you out of here. You know, hammer down, boys. Hammer down. Cinder block on the gas pedal.
If y'all didn't see that, it ain't gonna be hard to find. Go find it on the internet.
Holy
it's
shit.
wild. It was.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe. Is there a human being in that thing? Yes.
Well, I mean, did
it
you?
ain't a fucking Tesla.
Could be remote control.
Thank you, Jesse. I really appreciate you. Means a lot when you guys support us. Thank you.
We could AI generate you on this podcast. That might not be a bad idea.
Dude, if we could get an AI version of Courtney where we can make her say anything we wanted to, it would be
Fuck
awesome.
you.
Fucking world would end.
You'd be
People
like,
would know the difference.
hey, why?
People would know.
You think so?
Yes. You can't replicate this. Oh, okay. Maybe you can. Go ahead and find your
Yeah. So, like, if y'all didn't see my social media this week, I hate setting up third members in a differential like more than anything, especially when it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and you're trying to leave to go to the track and you can't get the pattern right. And I want to shoot it with a shotgun. I was so mad this week because I haven't moved all our machinery in the new shop yet. So I don't have my lathe and my mill and all that stuff there yet. So, like, when you've got a machine apart, it's a pain in the butt to bring it back over here. So it was, I was pretty emotional about my differential.
Gosh, with all these comments about AI, I fear that there's going to be an AI Courtney on the internet in the next 48 hours.
I'm going to work on it.
I'm sure David Wright will handle it.
I'm blocking that bitch.
What kind of bullcrap comment is this? We can't. My truck will be running at some point.
Hey.
That's funny. Molly, I'm a fan.
Damn.
That's funny.
Hey, I don't know if
I
you
wish
saw
I had a
her.
picture of Molly's cornfield, what it looks like right now. My LDR world record holding KTR flagship LDR race car driver went and showed them how to plant corn. The corn is growing, and now Molly has killed it.
Molly.
Massacred all the corn.
We watched Molly's game last night, though. Unrelated. To great
Yeah,
movie.
that's what we would do with AI Courtney is we would just start you off hammered and dumpster fire Courtney. Like right
I
off.
do get better as the show goes
Like,
on.
like we would just start you up like ready to roll. Thank you, Eddie. We appreciate you, man. The more we see of that stuff, like the more fired up I get wanting to do it. Like, so it gets me fired up.
I'm pretty disappointed I didn't get one of the first shirts. I'm gonna be
I didn't either. We did. I ordered what I thought would be enough, and when they sold out in 10 minutes, I told Don, I was like, I can't keep one, and like people were mad at me that we didn't have enough. We don't have one.
But this one, whoever is in charge of inventory, I'm a small or medium, don't care. Pull it aside.
Oh, I'm gonna wear this one. There's gonna be one. I'm wearing one of these to Indy.
I'll bring. Yeah, okay. We'll do something fun in Indy. So, okay, before we're approaching the 2-hour mark and we're doing Q&A. But Stevie, I don't want to forget. We talked about the schedule of the next show is going to be iffy because of Indy.
Oh yeah.
So let's kind of talk and brainstorm. Y'all get to be in one of our.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't even talked about it. But
yeah.
Lyle, are you testing in Bowling Green?
You don't know.
He don't know.
You probably don't test. Anyways, most of us will be testing not Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. Most all of us. I don't know that we can have a show in 2 weeks. Yes, Chad Henderson's Buick is KTR Hemi powered, which is why it holds the record.
I would say if there's a bunch going, we may would because I know we are going to test again before Indy.
Yeah, Bowling Green makes logical sense because it's on the way. We'll be running there Tuesday and Wednesday. But anyways, I don't know if we can do the show on that Tuesday night. So if we don't do that, are y'all in favor of pushing it another day in the week, trying to do it in Indy, which can be hectic, or doing it after Indy?
If we're just talking us girls here, I would like, even if it's in addition to another day, I would like to at least try and like get y'all over to Elite's Command Center for like 15-20 minutes and just go live together for one time. I think that would be cool and try and do. Indy is crazy, but also Indy is long and there's long breaks in between everybody's run. So maybe we can try and do that, but I would be up for doing, I mean, we'd have Tuesday after Indy would be ideal because there's gonna be a lot to talk about.
And we finish on Sunday, so we don't race on Monday. So we'll definitely be on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they finish Pro Mod on Sunday there.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, give us y'all's feedback, fans, Shake and Bakers, and we'll try and figure something out. But I would love to even, like I said, if it's quick, y'all did a great job tonight. We had a lot of viewers tonight. Being on an off night, I was a little worried about that. So I think that if you just keep an eye on our socials, even if we just have to slap something together quickly that morning, having us all in the same room at the same time would be pretty good.
Yeah, it would be funny, and you wouldn't be able to pop off at the mouth like you do when you're 5 billion miles away.
Wax on punch
Me and Lyle are putting up with your shit.
I'll come across that table.
Come on, you like a spider monkey, boy.
Better bring your makeup. I'll dot them eyes. Jump on you like a spider monkey, Chip.
You're so stupid.
I don't know the answer to this. Do you know that, Lyle? Is
what?
Alan Johnson building a new engine platform? I don't know.
Probably.
I have no idea. That's above my pay grade.
Somebody said shake and bake in the sand trap at Indy. That would be funny.
NHRA would probably throw us out if they couldn't figure out a way to make money on it. They would probably kick us out the sand.
I'll deal with them.
Lyle, it was funny. Yeah, I thought in your show, you can tell you drove a lot of car with 400s because you pulled the chutes and went to poke that thing in neutral.
I did. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, that's not there.
That's not there. And I love, too, how you threw your hand like on top of the wheel like you're just Sunday cruising to Sonic.
I was.
You were, I know. It's pretty sick.
I don't think we will have a specific Pro Mod merch trailer yet in Indy. We are working on it to get all of our drivers stuff. We don't have that yet, so I do not think it'll be in Indy yet, but it's coming.
So we have no decision. Next show is pending. Y'all just keep on our socials. Pending. What?
What do you tell Courtney with 2 black eyes? Nothing. Lyle told her twice.
Everybody knows the truth. The Shake and Bake Nation speaks the truth.
I was not going to say this, but very soon, Shake and Bakers, there's going to be a way for you to show your loyalty to whomever your loyalty lies with. It's coming. Team Courtney, motherfuckers.
I'll guilt trip them into the man with no eyebrows with a.
No one cares that you caught on fire.
With an inspirational comeback story, they're going to love it.
No one cares. Okay, so the guy who skated death bullies me. What a cool dude.
We could do a cooking episode.
Coming from the girl that wears cowhide pants and reads To Kill and Mockingbirds to kindergarten.
I got a lot of compliments that day. And Erica was pissed because Erica's been trying to make me dress like a girl for like 10 years now. And when I told her you were mean to me, she was like, I've been trying to get you to dress like that forever. Don't listen to him. That really was her on her Facebook page.
Oh, man.
No, it wasn't.
And I told her, when you defend me, do it on your real page so it doesn't look like I defended myself.
It looks like you're like defending yourself with yourself.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I did share the Shake and Bake show tonight on Erica's Facebook page as Erica. That was me.
Man, you got a lot of people that are supporting Lyle. We're gonna have to step up. Everybody's supporting.
I'm telling you, very soon there's gonna be a way for you to pledge your loyalty, and do not forget how mean these 2 men are to me. Team Courtney to the front.
You're getting soft.
You've only been nice for like 6 months. They know that. Like, this whole you being nice thing is a facade. They remember mean dumpster fire Courtney. They're gonna side with me and Lyle.
But
we like dogs and old people and children.
I've gotten to a perfect position because they even miss dumpster fire Courtney. So if she comes back, they're going to love it. And then it's Team Courtney even more. Y'all are
Speaking of old people and dogs and children, I got a funny story for you guys. So This almost made my. Hold on, I gotta hide this comment because I'm tired of looking at it.
Look at
This almost made my low reel. So like, I went to Great Clips and I'm getting a haircut, and I come out. Let's see if I can find the video. I'm not too smart.
Wait, you go to Great Clips for a haircut?
Where,
I'm gonna say it.
I'm
Stevie.
cheap, man. I'm cheap. It's $18. It's just hair.
You can get just as good of a haircut for the same price. No, way better.
I'll do it.
A way better haircut at a barber shop.
I know if I had one close to my house or my shop, I would. And sometimes I do. But like, I'm not bougie. Like, it's just hair. If they screw it up, it'll be back in a week. It's not a big deal. Anyways, I get out and I'm just walking to my truck nonchalant. And this is what
This is how you know you got some serious non-driving some bitches running around here.
So that first of all, I think it's somebody that I know, and they've got
Courtney, what were you doing in Evans, Georgia?
So then I thought that maybe Courtney was here driving a Ford, right? Because this thing is 3 foot out of the parking lot. Well, Great Clips is next to Publix, so me being who I am, I go into Publix and ask the manager if I can get on the PA. I want to get on the intercom, and they're like, "No, we're not going to do that." I said, "Will you repeat this after me?" Like, I wanted them to say, "Attention shoppers, who is the non-driving son bitch in the Ford that don't know how to park?" But they wouldn't do it anyway. So like, you'd naturally want to tear somebody's asshole out there. So I can't get in my truck. I'd have made my mind up. I'm not climbing across the passenger seat. So I'm standing up there ready to tear somebody's ass off. And this little old lady walks out. I said, Ford? She said, yes. I said, you missed my truck by about an inch. She said, yeah, sometimes that happens. I'm just having a bad day. I said, how about you let me move that thing for you and get you headed out in the right direction? Because I can see this lady just tearing the whole side of my truck off. She said, I'd love it. Would you do that for me? I was like, yes, ma'am. So I back it out and everything. She's apologizing the whole time. And I got her pointed in the right direction. Told her to be careful, but just go show kindness. You don't never know what people are doing.
Himself and old ladies.
Yeah.
See, the moral of the story is me and Lyle like dogs, children, and old people. So when y'all go to vote for who's nicer, just remember dumpster fire was dumpster fire 6 months ago, only recently nice.
Courtney, you're a lot closer to being that little feeble old woman than I am.
Okay. And I would like to think that people would treat me nicely, and then I'm going to hit them with who I am, and they're going to be like, fuck that bitch, move your own car.
Yeah, I'd flatten the tires before you left.
Thank you,
Lisa.
Lisa.
You know how to use your car, Jack.
Idiot.
That's funny.
No, Courtney, that's the rake, not the jack handle, you dumbass.
Stevie feels
You pleased with yourself?
Courtney, if you don't use that weapon right there that I just put on the screen for you, you're not who I thought you were.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, really, honestly, I thought it when he started talking about my pants. Like, who's taking fashion advice from the guy who wears and one shorts in 2024?
I don't own and one shorts.
They look like it. They're below your knee there, old folk.
No, they're
if
not.
We can find something legitimate for me and Courtney to bet on, we'll have a haircut bet. But I get
that would be you ain't touching my hair, but I'll touch yours.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Just a normal CSRA driver. That is a fact. Listen, I went around to see if they had South Carolina tag, but they didn't. It'd have been even worse.
See, when I get old like that, I'm just gonna fuck with people on purpose. It's gonna be great. My grandma does it.
Stevie, what if Courtney would have walked out of Publix to get in that car?
I would have immediately went live on Facebook so I could tell the world about her non-driving ass is what would have happened.
Spencer, can Courtney drive or no?
No way.
Pretty good driver. I just drove 21 hours with her. She drove about 6 of them, maybe 7.
I don't know how to look at analytics, but if we only have 37 likes on this show and there's 1,000 of you watching,
that's ridiculous.
One of them
unbelievable.
I'm a good driver. Greg Enders was a good teacher.
I'm glad I got one. I need all the brownie points I can get.
You said you didn't punch an old lady in the face, and I saved a dog. What did you do good for the world this week, Lyle?
What did I do good for the world this week?
Yeah.
Well, it's only Monday.
Let us know.
Well, you wear tall socks and New Balance.
So far today, you have Freudian slipped the word hoe.
311 likes, not 37. It's better.
I mean, I might. What you gonna say if I do?
Thank you, Mark.
If I get out of the top end after putting the old
Here, I got to get my wino meter. Hold on, I got to figure out how to do it. Here's all I can tell you: if when me and Lyle get our flow contract in the mail for the top end, it won't matter what we're wearing. We're still taking your job. You're getting crushed.
I've been trying to get Lyle to do like a guest commentator deal for a minute now, so it could happen. It could happen. And the flow execs, they do watch this show, so don't fire me, please. I like my job.
I mean, I've been
We
trying
can work
to do
together.
it.
You can warm the crowd up for me and Lyle to come on and knock it out the park for you.
Oh, so I get to be your fluffer? No way.
If I come in for a day in Bristol, can I do it?
Absolutely. Yeah, especially there, because that's my call 100%.
Can I?
Pro and World Series of Pro Mod, I have to get some approval, but PDRA is mine.
Matthew is really wide open at work right now, and we miss having. We're actually talking about it before the show about where Matthew was. He'll be in and on with us some. Business and life is busy for the Matthew right now.
We love Matt.
Oh,
Yep, there it is on the screen. Spencer making sure C's primed up for the show.
glad somebody's doing some work up there.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
I don't have any news on that. I haven't heard anything. Do you guys know anything that we can talk about? Or no? I don't know.
No, but I'm about to ask real quick.
So, like, I'm pretty in the KTR bubble right now. So outside of that, I really don't know what's going on. We've been moving shops. It is eating up 100% of my time. So,
My understanding was that the hiatus was just for the swing, but there were some things they had to work out. So I'm uncertain if he's coming back to Brainerd, but that was the original plan, was that he would be back in Brainerd.
cool.
Yep.
He can hang out with life-size cutout cardboard Stevie.
Oh, I'm going to take Stevie everywhere.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm actually pretty pumped. I'm serious, Katie, if you're watching. Like, I have an address for you to send this.
I think somebody broke. I think a fan stole me and broke off my cardboard stand, so I don't think I can stand up anymore. I think I just fall over.
We used to have a really
that's
cool.
not as
Bacon
bad
Bit
as
time.
Lyle losing our sign. We had an awesome sign, and you lost it.
We did.
But I need to get us
sold it.
another one. I need to get another one.
The text I got back from my ears to the street said that he would probably be back in Indy, so maybe not Brainerd.
Hell yeah.
But it's been a pretty hush deal, so
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Trying to see if there's anything.
get your Reinhardt bingo out with your phrases ready to go for Indy.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
100,000.
Spencer's a great fluffer.
That's all the media that I had. There's no more world records, not yet. To talk about. We got.
Yeah, are we gonna have merch to sell at Indy? Randy Lynn would throw him in the trailer.
So I got to call Randy Lynn and see, because everyone has been asking me about since I announced we're going to Indy if there's going to be KTR merch there. I need to reach out to Randy Lynn. If we put merch in her trailer, if we have anything left, we'll bring it. I don't know that we'll have anything. We're not going to do a new shirt print for Indy. So
I'll have my new shirt in Indy at Horsepower Headquarters.
Horsepower Headquarters.
I do love that we all use Randy Lynn. Like, we're united front in our merch sales.
So
She
Don's
makes it
mad
so
at me
easy.
because I was supposed to call her today and ask her about putting some shadow merch for Indy. I will have an answer for that, and I'll post that on my social media.
She's the best, dude. If y'all don't, seriously, check out their website and stuff. She's got the coolest stuff out there.
And their merch trailer is pretty sweet.
It is. And the JHG stuff is like everyday cool. They've got some neon stuff. They got some cool summer hats. An unpaid
Thank you,
plug
Darren.
for Randy. What is it? Hot Rod Randy's Horsepower Garage. What the
Horsepower
fuck?
Headquarters.
Randy.com. The longest name ever.
They've asked, I've seen it a couple of times, what do we think the bump will be at Haney's race?
Wow, are you going to that race?
We can't.
I know it's on top of Charlotte. I just didn't know. I know we've been Spencer's going.
Spencer's going.
Yeah.
Maybe not if he's got that 411 in.
Well, weekend after.
Nah, I'll be at.
You
I'll be
are
at
not
Charlotte.
going to go to that race and ever run within a tenth of that turbo car. You're just not going to do it. It's not going to happen. I mean, the rules will not allow it to happen.
Yeah, they just put 25 pounds on us.
I know, and you're going to run in Kansas. You ever been to Kansas?
One time.
Okay, did you ever take your weather station there with you? The Brommer's like 2790 or something.
Oh.
And like the turbo car is still going to have 85 pounds of boost. So I don't know. But it's on top of Charlotte. The bump spot, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know.
It won't be real fast. I think like 68.
That's what I was going to say. Somewhere in the high 60s.
Yeah.
It will not be a World Series of Pro Mod or Bradenton.
Oh, no.
I don't think.
No, just the weather's not good enough.
I think it'd be cool though.
Should be good.
We do need a Lyle cutout.
Honestly, we need all of them. When I was cleaning out my attic, he came and helped me clean up my attic. I found I was 10 years old. I have a cutout of me from the Gum Out days. Big.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Lyle, you got any MacFab shirts?
Yes, MacFabPerformance.com. View
MacFab.
all of our beadlock styles and apparel options right there.
We need to get we'll get a tile done, but we can put that up next year.
Yeah, we don't have any MacFab gear.
I don't have. I like.
Let me.
I need it to get cold so I can wear my MacFab hoodie.
You may put it in the chat where you go order that, Courtney, or no?
No, I'm not paying for that shit.
Oh,
oh, see, I don't even know where Flying H is. I guess it's in Missouri.
It's in Odessa, Missouri. Odessa, Missouri.
Only thing I give out for free is fucking good hard smacks with a tortilla. You know.
Well, I've been on the receiving end of that. I think I deserve a MacFab sweatshirt, the camo one, please.
Fair.
Haney's bump spot is 5'4".
Damn.
I'm gonna send you some free merch just for talking shit about Keith Haney.
Where were we?
Oklahoma? Tulsa?
We drove through Tulsa the other day, and I was looking for him on a billboard so badly.
He was so disappointed that we didn't see it.
I didn't see him.
He wasn't over the little lights that shine on there at night. You had to look around.
There wasn't a "You Know My Name" sign on the freeway.
We do need a CE blow up doll with some cow pants on it.
Stevie, you can make the graphic. Just send it.
I am just putting the comments on the screen.
No, I mean what you said earlier about the flying cow. You can.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. That was over the line. See, y'all don't know how much shit I make
over the line
for this show that I don't show. Because like when I think something's over the line, it's pretty bad.
It's bad. Yeah, Ashlyn's right. I did tell your most whimsical woman in America, your stepmother, that I needed a MacFabulous shirt.
MacFabulous.
What a great deal.
I have some of those.
Go on. Okay, my dog's getting uneasy. We've been 2 hours. What are we doing here?
Thank you, Eastbound. Okay, so I guess we'll make a decision when the next show was. Katie says we got a couple shirts left. New shirt is up on KillingTimeRacing.net, StevieFast.com. We'll either be on, I guess, the week of Indy, the week after Indy. Stay tuned to social media. Testing is going to be hot before Indy. There's going to be over 30 cars in Indy trying to qualify for a 16-car field.
God, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be nasty.
Oh, badass.
Katie, you said earlier today that you wanted us to help remind you to tell the Shake and Bakers that this new drop will not ship till Friday or next week.
Oh, yes. So yeah. So last week we had everything in the store, so it went out. New shirts, just our testing schedule. I'm leaving for Brazil to go to tomorrow. Our new drop will start shipping Friday. So like, don't flip out. Like if it's not.
Give us a minute.
Yeah, well, a couple of days. We're in Brazil racing this week, and our team my whole team left today to go to Brazil. So it's we're a little skeleton crewed, but
get them, post on Instagram and Facebook and tag us. I love it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Post your pictures up. And I forgot real quick before we go to tell me I forgot to dog out police officers hiding in the bushes. You let me forget you weren't supposed to.
Oh yeah, we did. Go ahead.
I've been traveling into many racetracks lately. I love our men in blue, police officers, first responders, firefighters. The amount of police officers that are hiding in the bushes at the bottom of hills to try to catch you speeding is a lot lately. On I-75 yesterday, northbound and southbound, I passed 22 cops hiding behind signs, overpasses, school buses, everywhere. They sit on top of the intersections. That's entrapment. Like it is entrapment, brother. Quit pulling over people that are paying your salary and charging us if you have to catch me going 60, because I just got a speed ticket on 75 a month ago. If you got to catch me going 12 mile an hour over the speed limit at the bottom of a hill, okay, and that makes you feel good about your job, then write me that ticket. But you know where like all the crime is, go over there and like arrest some criminals. It's not hard to find the bad folks. Quit pulling over people on the interstate. It's crazy. And I know I'm pissing people off, but it's crazy.
I got pulled over in Oklahoma the other day for going 8 over, and this cop made me get out and get in his car. Like, it was a whole thing. I thought I was getting killed. It was a whole thing.
That's kind of weird.
Oh, it was the weirdest thing. I said with my hands up multiple times, I don't feel comfortable doing this. And he had said, I was in Oklahoma with Texas plates, and he said, this is how we do it in Oklahoma, miss. I'm like, no, I lived here. It ain't. Called Richard the next day because he's a big supporter of the cops, and that guy had a swift talking to the next day. But yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, Stern talking to?
Oh, he did. He basically said, stay up north and leave our motherfuckers alone.
I suggested to this cop, I was like, it'd be way better for y'all if y'all just had like a speeding tax and I could just pay it and you get like an easy pass on your windshield and it's like $100 a month or whatever.
That's
and I can just
smart.
go as fast as I want to. And like, you got to go through like a little class that I'm good to go 20 miles an hour over. And I'll just send you $100 a month. And like, I just want to, another thing, why don't y'all pull over people doing 40 mile an hour in the left lane? You want to talk about Stevie J's pet peeve number one? When you're in the left lane doing 40 miles an hour on the interstate, they should arrest you, put you in jail, take away your driver's license for 30 days. Then if you prove that you know how to drive, then maybe you can get it back.
I don't disagree.
I drive a lot. And I mean, everywhere you go, there is 10 people in the left lane going 40 miles an hour. The right lane is for you. They make a whole lane over there for you.
They do. And I've seen before we go to a bunch of stuff in the comments about Victor Alvarez's pro mod. Really cool deal. Go over. We didn't have time to hit it today. Just go over to DI. They've got a full article. He did an interview on the West Buck show. Lyle was on there with it. They covered it fully. No reason for us to breeze over it. It's just not what was on the show today. Really cool deal, but check it out.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the winter series, the DI winter series. I hate to breeze over that. That's a really cool deal. And I feel like when we breeze over that stuff, they announced that Drag Illustrated is partnering with Bradenton Motorsports Park for a 3-race winter series. Snowbirds, US Street, World Series of Pro Mod, right?
50,000, 75,000, 150.
Right. Also, this week, I think it was announced 50,000 World Street Nationals, Pro Mod, and RBW. Right.
Hello.
That's right after the weekend after Vegas. Florida's going to be the place to race in the winter.
It is. Yeah, we don't breeze over that for there was no reason. It's just we had Glenn on the show. We wanted to give the PDRA some love, and it just didn't hit it. So Drag Illustrated's got all your info on that stuff. Go give them. And
that was a good show with you on it. Wow. I watched that. It was a good show. West Buck and
it's a good time. Always a good time on the West Buck show every Wednesday.
Does a good job.
And the new show, Reaction Time, every Monday gives you everything you need to know about what happened over the weekend. Kayla Zadell. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm over it.
Woo! Thank you guys for watching. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn the outro on. I don't know how, but I'm going to find it.
We'll just sit here until he does.
Intro, outro. Is this it?